Welcome, dear friends, to a peaceful journey into the enchanting world of Pokémon, a world filled with wondrous creatures, ancient legends, and timeless bonds. Tonight, we will embark on a gentle exploration of the Pokémon universe, where each creature has a story to tell, and every corner of the world holds a mystery waiting to unfold. From the very first Pokémon to the vast, ever expanding universe we know today, Pokémon has captured the hearts of generations with its beauty, adventure, and the simple yet profound connection between trainers and their Pokémon. As you settle in for the night, let the soft rhythm of these stories guide you into a peaceful, restful slumber. Let go of the day's worries and allow your mind to drift gently through the skies of Kanto, Johto, and beyond. The world of Pokemon is vast, and with each step we take tonight, we will uncover the gentle lore that has made it a cherished part of our lives. And if you find comfort in these stories, you're welcome to subscribe and softly tell me where you're listening from tonight. Now, let's embark on this peaceful adventure together, exploring a world of magic, connection, and dreams. The world of Pokemon, where every creature is unique, every journey has its own path, and each bond forms a story, began with a single idea, a dream. The idea was simple, yet profound, to create a universe where magical creatures, Pokemon, could be caught, trained, and loved. But this world, which would go on to captivate millions across the globe, was born in the mind of a visionary who sought to combine the wonder of nature with the thrill of discovery. Satoshi Tajiri, inspired by his childhood love for collecting insects, imagined a world where these creatures could be captured, trained, and even traded between friends. This world, the Pokemon world, was more than just a setting for a game. It became a living, breathing place where friendship, adventure, and discovery intertwined. The first Pokemon, as simple as they were, held within them the seeds of something far greater. Bulbasaur, the grass type, Charmander, the fire type, and Squirtle, the water type, became the faces of a new beginning. The Kanto region, home to these first creatures, set the stage for what would become a global phenomenon. The Kanto region was where trainers first began their journeys. In a small town called Pallet Town, a young boy named Red took his first steps into a world that would forever change him. With nothing but a dream and a single Pokemon, he ventured into the wild unknown, encountering the strange and beautiful creatures that populated the world. It was a place where nature and magic coexisted, and where every step brought new wonders. As Red set out, he met other trainers, formed friendships, and learned that the true strength of a Pokemon trainer wasn't just in winning battles, but in building bonds with their Pokemon. The Pokemon world was always evolving, expanding with each new region, each new set of creatures, each new chapter in the story. But at its heart, the world remained the same. At its core, Pokemon was about connection. The bond between Pokemon and trainer was at the center of everything. This connection, this deep and meaningful relationship, was what set Pokemon apart from other games, stories, and adventures. Trainers didn't just battle, they shared in the journey, each experience, each challenge, and each victory, creating a story that was uniquely their own. The world of Pokemon grew, region by region. After Kanto came Johto, a region filled with its own secrets and legends. But the essence of Pokemon, the connection between trainer and creature, remained unchanged. In every region, from Hoenn to Sinnoh, From Unova to Galar, trainers embarked on journeys that would shape not only their futures, but also the future of the Pokemon world itself. But let us not forget the true magic of this world, the Pokemon themselves. From the simplest creatures, like Pidgey and Rattata, to the most legendary, like Mewtwo and Arceus, every Pokemon had a role to play in the story. These creatures were more than just partners in battle. They were companions, friends, and protectors. Each one had its own personality, its own strengths, and its own history, waiting to be discovered by those brave enough to explore the world. And yet, while these Pokemon were the heart of the story, the trainers were the lifeblood. The trainers, like Red, Ash, Misty, Brock, and so many others, represented the heart of every journey. They weren't just there to fight, they were there to learn, to grow, and to build relationships with the Pokemon they encountered. It was this unique blend of adventure, companionship, and discovery that made Pokemon such a special world, a world that continues to inspire and captivate people of all ages. As the years passed, the Pokemon universe expanded, bringing in new generations of trainers, new creatures, and new adventures. But the world remained grounded in the same simple principles: connection, friendship, and the joy of discovery. Whether you were a seasoned trainer or a newcomer, the Pokemon world welcomed you with open arms, ready to show you its wonders. Red's journey began in the quiet, peaceful town of Pallet Town. It was a humble place, nestled between the dense forests of Kanto, with a gentle breeze that always seemed to carry the scent of adventure. For Red, the world beyond his hometown was filled with mysteries, with creatures he had only heard about in stories. Little did he know that on his 16th birthday, his life would change forever. It was Professor Oak, the local Pokemon researcher, who first introduced Red to the world of Pokemon. Oak, a kind and wise man, had spent his life studying Pokemon and their connection to humans. He knew that one day someone would come to him ready to begin their own journey. That someone was Red, with a heart full of dreams and a spark of determination. In his eyes, Red chose his first Pokemon, a small, green creature named Bulbasaur. Thus, the bond between them was immediate, as if they had known each other for a lifetime. With Bulbasaur by his side, Red began his journey, walking through tall grasses, crossing rivers, and climbing mountains. Each step brought new challenges, new Pokemon to catch, and new trainers to battle. Red's journey was not just about collecting badges or defeating rivals. It was about understanding the creatures he met along the way, learning from them, and growing alongside them. One of Red's most memorable moments came when he first encountered a wild Pidgey. It was a small, bird-like Pokemon, and at first, Red thought it might be too weak to catch. But as he observed it, he realized that every Pokemon, no matter how small or seemingly insignificant, had value. The Pidgey wasn't just a target, it was a partner, a companion in the making. Red captured it with a single Pokeball, and from that moment on, his bond with his Pokemon grew stronger. But it wasn't all about catching Pokemon and winning battles. Along the way, Red met other trainers, some of whom would become his greatest rivals. One such rival was Blue, a brash, overconfident trainer who challenged Red at every turn. Though Blue was often a thorn in Red's side, their rivalry pushed Red to be better, to grow stronger, and to become the Pokemon trainer he was destined to be. Along the way, Red also encountered the mysterious and powerful legendary Pokemon like Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. These creatures were unlike any other, immense, majestic, and full of power. Red knew that he would need all his strength, all his courage, to face them. But as he traveled through the Kanto region, he realized that the true power of Pokemon didn't lie in their strength alone, it lay in their connection to the trainer. Through every trial and triumph, Red's journey was a story of growth, of discovery, and of the deepening bond between him and his Pokemon. As he stood on the doorstep of the Pokemon League, ready to face the Elite Four and become the Pokemon champion, Red knew that the road ahead would be long and difficult. But he was ready. He had his Pokemon by his side, and with them, he was ready to face whatever challenges the world had to offer. The Kanto region, the very heart of the Pokemon world, stands as the birthplace of many beloved memories for trainers and Pokemon alike. From its peaceful towns to the sprawling wilderness, the Kanto region is where countless trainers began their journey. It is where dreams took root and where the stories of trainers like Red, Ash, and many others first took shape. Kanto is a land full of beauty and simplicity, with its winding paths, lush forests, and sparkling lakes. Each corner of this region tells a story, a tale of adventure, challenges, and the bonds formed between humans and Pokemon. It was here that Red, the first trainer to take on the Pokemon League, learned the importance of connection. He discovered that being a true Pokemon trainer was not just about winning battles, but about understanding the Pokemon by his side, learning from them, and sharing in their experiences. The towns of Kanto are small but full of life, with bustling markets and quiet homes. The people here are friendly and welcoming, always eager to share their love for Pokemon and their stories of the past. Pallet Town, where Red's journey began, is a peaceful little town, a place where children first hear the call to adventure. This is where they receive their first Pokemon from Professor Oak, who is not only a researcher, but a guide for the young trainers. His wisdom and gentle guidance are the foundation for many aspiring trainers who step into the world beyond Pallet Town. As Red ventured farther from home, he encountered new towns and cities, each with its own unique charm. Cerulean City, with its sparkling waters and beautiful gardens, was home to Misty, the water-type gym leader. Her challenge tested Red's skills in ways he had never imagined. Misty, with her calm demeanor and strong resolve, taught Red the importance of patience, strategy, and the deep connection that can exist between a Pokemon and its trainer. Vermilion City, with its bustling harbor, was another stop on Red's journey. It was here that he met Lieutenant Surge, the electric-type gym leader, whose quick, electric battles were a far cry from the more tranquil encounters Red had experienced up to that point. And Surge's aggressive fighting style was a challenge for Red, but it was also a reminder that every battle was an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to refine one's skills. Red's victory here was not just a triumph of strength, but a realization that he had become a different kind of trainer, one who was ready for the challenges that lay ahead. The Kanto region also introduced Red to the unique and ever-present challenge of facing other trainers. Rival trainers like Blue pushed him to be better, to never settle for mediocrity. Blue's cocky and sometimes irritating attitude made him the perfect foil for Red's more humble and determined nature. Their rivalry, full of tension and competition, was more than just a series of battles. It was the driving force that kept Red on his toes, constantly striving for greater heights. As they traveled from one gym to the next, from Viridian City to the Saffron City, Red learned not only how to win, but how to respect the strength of others. And then there were the legendary Pokemon, the creatures that captured the imagination of every trainer who ever walked the land. Mewtwo, the genetically engineered Pokemon, stood as a symbol of humanity's ambition and the unintended consequences of meddling with nature. The battle against Mewtwo was not just a test of Red's strength, but a confrontation with the ethical dilemmas surrounding the creation of such a powerful being. The battle was a reminder that even in a world of magic and fantasy, there were lessons to be learned about responsibility, about what it means to truly control the forces of nature. As Red made his way to the final gym in Viridian City, where the final challenge awaited, he reflected on how far he had come. From the quiet streets of Pallet Town to the vast, diverse world beyond, Red's journey had been one of growth, discovery, and understanding. The Pokemon he had caught, trained, and befriended along the way had taught him valuable lessons about the world and about himself. The Kanto region, with its beauty, challenges, and endless opportunities, was the perfect backdrop for the birth of a Pokemon trainer's journey. By the time Red reached the Pokemon League, he had become more than just a challenger. He had become a symbol of the bond between trainer and Pokemon. His victory over the Elite Four and the Pokemon League champion was not just a testament to his strength, but to the trust he had built with his Pokemon. Each battle had been a step on a longer journey, one that transcended mere competition. For Red, Pokemon training was about love, respect, and the willingness to grow together, side by side, with his Pokemon. As he stood before the Champions Hall, Red realized that the true victory wasn't the title of champion. It was the journey itself, the lessons learned, and the friendships forged. The Kanto region, with its sprawling landscape and vibrant life, had become his home, and it was here that he had first discovered what it meant to be a true Pokemon trainer. But the world of Pokemon was vast, and Red knew that his journey was far from over. Beyond Kanto lay new regions, new challenges, and new Pokemon to discover. And so, Red's adventure continued, not just as a trainer, but as a symbol of what it meant to dream big, to care deeply, and to never stop growing. The world of Pokemon is built upon the foundation of legends, stories of ancient beings with unimaginable power, creatures that have shaped the very course of history. These legendary Pokemon are more than just rare specimens. They are the heart of many ancient myths, stories that echo through the ages, passed down by trainers, scholars, and those who have lived through their effects. Their existence is more than just fact. It is myth, mystery, and wonder, wrapped in the fabric of the Pokemon world. Among the most famous of these legendary creatures are the legendary birds, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres. These powerful beings, each representing one of the elements, are more than just adversaries to be captured. They are embodiments of nature's most primal forces. Articuno, the ice type with wings that could freeze entire oceans, represented the cold, serene beauty of winter. Zapdos, the electric type, was a lightning bolt given form, crackling through the sky like the fury of a storm. Moltres, the fire type, was a flaming phoenix soaring through the skies, bringing both warmth and destruction in its wake. These birds weren't just Pokemon, they were the forces of nature personified, and to encounter them was to come face to face with the raw power of the world. But these legendary creatures weren't the only ones who shaped the myths of the Pokemon world. In the distant past, there were those whose power and influence went beyond even the wildest imagination. Among these were Mew and Mewtwo, two Pokemon connected by fate but separated by science and the moral dilemmas that arose from human ambition. Mew, the ancient and elusive psychic type, is said to be the ancestor of all Pokemon, the progenitor of every creature in the Pokemon world. Its origin is shrouded in mystery, but its power and grace are beyond compare. Mew's playful nature belies its incredible abilities, and it is said that those who seek it out are granted a glimpse into the very essence of Pokemon existence. Mew's connection to the world is not just one of power, but of creation itself, embodying the magic that makes Pokemon so special. To find Mew is to discover a part of the Pokemon world that few can truly understand, an ancient being whose purpose is intertwined with the very fabric of existence. Then there is Mewtwo, the creation of human hands, a product of genetic engineering and ambition. Unlike Mew, which was born of the world's natural order, Mewtwo was crafted in a lab, its power and intelligence enhanced beyond what was intended. As a result, Mewtwo became a creature of great conflict. Its existence was both a marvel and a tragedy. While Mewtwo was born of human desire, its emotions and struggles were anything but human. Mewtwo's journey was one of self-discovery, a battle to understand its place in a world where it was not truly created by nature, but by the hand of man. The encounter with Mewtwo was never just about a battle. It was about understanding the ethical implications of creating life and the responsibility that comes with it. The legendary Pokemon of the Johto region brought forth another layer of complexity to the Pokemon world's mythology. Ho-Oh, the rainbow Pokemon, and Lugia, the diving Pokemon, were the central figures in the legends that shaped Johto's history. Ho-Oh, with its radiant feathers that could bring eternal life, symbolized the hope and beauty of the world, a beacon for those who sought peace. Its flight was said to create rainbows, a sign of hope and rebirth. Lugia, on the other hand, was the guardian of the seas, a creature whose power could calm storms and whose wings could create tempests. The story of Ho-Oh and Lugia was one of balance, the harmony between light and darkness, the gentle and the fierce. Their myth is not just a story of creation, but one of duality, of opposing forces that coexist in perfect balance. Further to the north, in the icy reaches of Sinnoh, the creation trio, Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina, ruled over time, space, and antimatter. These three Pokemon were the gods of the Pokemon universe, responsible for the very structure of reality itself. Dialga controlled time, creating the flow of history and the movement of the world's events. Palkia controlled space, shaping the dimensions that allowed the world to exist. Giratina, the guardian of antimatter, existed in a world beyond our own, a place where the laws of nature did not apply. These three Pokemon were not just powerful, they were the very forces that held the Pokemon world together. Their stories, filled with conflict and creation, were not just about battles, they were about the essence of existence itself. In the Unova region, the legendary Pokemon Reshiram and Zekrom stood as symbols of two opposing ideals, truths and ideals. Reshiram, the fire-type dragon, represented the truth, a force that sought clarity and understanding. Zekrom, the electric type dragon, represented ideals, a pursuit of what could be rather than what is. The clash between Reshiram and Zekrom was not just about power, it was about the fundamental differences in perspective, the tension between what is and what could be. Their battle was a battle of philosophy, a story of two ideals colliding and changing the course of history. The myths surrounding these Pokemon weren't just stories told to children, they were the foundation of the Pokemon world's history, the lens through which the world understood itself. The legendary Pokemon represented the powerful forces that shaped the world and the ongoing struggle to understand and control these forces. They were more than just powerful creatures, they were symbols of nature's balance, of creation and destruction, of hope and despair. Their stories were lessons in the complexity of the world, stories that taught trainers not only about power, but about the responsibility that comes with it. As we look at these legendary Pokemon, we realize that they are not just creatures to be caught, they are the embodiment of the Pokemon world's deepest truths. Their stories are part of the fabric of the universe, woven into the very essence of the world. They are not just figures of myth, they are part of a living, breathing world that continues to evolve, and their influence will continue to be felt for generations to come. The Johto region, nestled to the east of the Kanto region, holds a special place in the hearts of many trainers. It is a region of deep history, rich traditions, and most importantly, a fresh start, a new chapter in the Pokemon world that would build on the foundations laid by Kanto. While Kanto was about discovery, Johto was about connection, connecting with the past, with nature, and with the Pokemon that called this region home. It was a land where trainers learned not just about the Pokemon they caught, but about the world that existed long before them. Johto introduced a sense of continuity, a reminder that Pokemon were not just creatures to be trained, but beings that had a life, a story, and a place in the greater tapestry of the world. It was a region filled with legends, where every rock and every tree seemed to whisper ancient secrets. The first Pokemon trainers in Johto were often deeply connected to the region's ancient history, and their journey was not just about becoming stronger, it was about understanding the greater world they were a part of. The starter Pokemon of Johto, Chikorita, Cyndaquil, and Totodile, were a reflection of the region's balance. Chikorita, the grass type, embodied the growth of nature, the quiet strength of the earth. Cyndaquil, the fire type, was a spark of life and passion, burning with a desire to forge new paths. Totodile, the water type, was playful yet fierce, representing the untamed spirit of the rivers and seas. Together, these three Pokemon symbolized the delicate balance between fire, water, and earth, the elements that shaped Johto's landscapes and its people. Johto was also a place where the past was always present. The region was home to many ancient sites, including the mysterious ruins of Alph and the bell tower in Ecruteak City, where the legendary Pokemon Ho-Oh was said to have flown. These sacred places held deep significance as they were tied to the origins of Johto itself. The ruins of Alph, with their strange puzzles and hidden chambers, were the remnants of an ancient civilization that revered the forces of nature. The connection between the past and the present was never clearer than in Johto, where trainers not only sought to build their teams, but also sought to understand the legends and histories that shaped the region. One of the most significant aspects of Johto was the introduction of the legendary Pokémon that would come to define the region, Ho-Oh and Lugia. These two powerful beings, each representing different forces, were tied to the very soul of Johto. Ho-Oh, the rainbow Pokémon, was a symbol of hope, rebirth, and the eternal cycle of life. It was said to bring life to the land and could heal the wounds of the world with its brilliant feathers. Ho-Oh's appearance in the skies was a sign of hope, a reminder that even in the darkest of times, there was always the possibility of renewal. Lugia, the diving Pokémon, was the guardian of the seas and the protector of Johto. Unlike Ho-Oh, which was a symbol of light and warmth, Lugia represented the calm, quiet power of the oceans. Its massive wings could stir the seas, creating storms and calming them in turn. Lugia's presence in Johto was a reminder of the balance between the forces of nature, the light and dark, the calm and the storm. It was a creature that embodied the idea that strength was not just about power, but about control, restraint, and harmony with the world around you. The Johto region was also home to the mysterious unknown Pokemon that existed only in the ruins and caves of the region. These enigmatic creatures, with their strange alphabetic shapes, were tied to the very fabric of Johto's history. They were believed to be the key to unlocking the region's deepest secrets, with their power tied to the ancient writings found in the ruins of Alph. The unknown represented the unknown, mysteries that remained just out of reach, hidden in plain sight. In Johto, trainers were not just battling to become stronger, they were learning about the world, uncovering its secrets, and coming to terms with the powerful forces that shaped it. The region was about understanding the deep connection between humans and Pokemon and how that bond could transcend time and space. Johto was a place where the past and present intertwined, where the legendary Pokemon Ho-Oh and Lugia guided the way, and where every battle was a lesson in the delicate balance of nature. The Johto region also introduced the concept of the Johto gym leaders, each of whom had their own unique approach to Pokemon training. From Faulkner, the flying type expert, to Whitney, the normal type leader with her beloved Miltank, each gym leader presented a new challenge, a new lesson. These leaders were not just obstacles to overcome, they were teachers, each imparting wisdom about Pokemon, battles, and life. The battles with these leaders were about more than just strategy. They were about understanding the Pokemon world and its deeper meaning. As Red's journey in Kanto had been about discovery, Johto's journey was about understanding the balance between nature and civilization, between the ancient and the modern, between the known and the unknown. Trainers who journeyed through Johto didn't just catch Pokemon, they learned the ancient stories that defined the land. They uncovered the secrets hidden in the ruins, and they forged bonds with their Pokemon that would last a lifetime. Johto was a place where trainers came to find their true selves, to discover the deeper meaning of their journey, and to build a legacy that would carry on for generations. By the time the Johto champion was reached, the trainer had not only honed their skills, but had also learned the true meaning of being a Pokemon trainer. It was about more than just battling for victory. It was about understanding the connection between Pokemon and their trainers, and the role that each Pokemon played in the greater story of the world. The Johto region, with its rich history and deep sense of connection, had become a place where trainers discovered not only their strength, but also their purpose. Throughout the Pokemon world, there has always been a shadow that looms over the peaceful lives of trainers and Pokemon alike, a force that seeks to disrupt the harmony between the two, driven by selfish desires and a lust for power. Team Rocket, one of the most infamous and recurring antagonistic organizations in the Pokemon universe, represents this dark side of the Pokemon world. While often comical in their pursuit of evil, their presence has been a constant reminder that not all trainers walk the path of good. Team Rocket was founded by the ambitious and cunning Giovanni, a man whose thirst for power and control was matched only by his ruthlessness. As the leader of Team Rocket, Giovanni sought to use Pokemon for personal gain, aiming to manipulate their abilities to build an empire of wealth and domination. His vision was clear: to seize control of the Pokemon world, exploiting the creatures for their power and leaving chaos in his wake. Giovanni's charisma and strategic mind allowed him to recruit individuals like Jesse, James, and Meowth, each with their own motivations and, ironically, deep care for their Pokemon partners. Despite their villainous goals, the members of Team Rocket were more complex than mere comic relief antagonists. Jessie, with her passionate and determined nature, often found herself clashing with the more timid and awkward James, whose sense of morality and emotional intelligence conflicted with the team's overall ambitions. Meowth, the talking Pokemon, was perhaps the most interesting of all. Though loyal to Team Rocket's goals, he also possessed a sense of humor and a deep desire to prove himself. Together, this trio became a symbol of both the absurdity and danger of Team Rocket's actions, creating a strange, often humorous dynamic that played out in every region they infiltrated. Team Rocket's primary goal was to steal rare and powerful Pokemon, particularly legendary Pokemon. Their infamous schemes often revolved around capturing such creatures and using their abilities for personal gain. One of their most notable attempts involved Mewtwo, the genetically engineered Pokemon created to be the ultimate weapon. Team Rocket's involvement with Mewtwo was one of their most disastrous endeavors, as they sought to harness the Pokemon's incredible power for their own purposes. However, they underestimated Mewtwo's intelligence and autonomy, which led to a dramatic confrontation that showcased just how dangerous it was to play with the forces of nature. But Team Rocket wasn't just about stealing Pokemon. They were also a reflection of the darker side of human nature: greed, ambition, and the desire for control. Giovanni's ability to manipulate his underlings and those around him demonstrated how far the reach of power could extend, especially when one person's selfish goals became a driving force for an entire organization. The members of Team Rocket, so while misguided, were driven by their own personal struggles and desires. Giovanni, however, was the embodiment of a far greater ambition, one that sought to control the very essence of what made Pokemon so special: their freedom. The impact of Team Rocket was not confined to the Pokemon they stole or the chaos they caused. It was also seen in the ripple effects that their actions had on the trainers they encountered. For Red, and later still Ash, Team Rocket represented a constant challenge, a reminder that their journey to become the greatest Pokemon trainer was not just about skill and friendship, but about standing up to forces that sought to exploit others for personal gain. Team Rocket was often a nuisance, a distraction from the main journey, but they were also a necessary part of the adventure. Their interference taught trainers like Ash and Red how to think strategically, how to face challenges head on, and how to protect the innocent from the threat of exploitation. Throughout their many encounters, Team Rocket's constant pursuit of rare Pokémon also served as a reminder of the dangers that come with unchecked ambition. While trainers like Ash sought to catch and care for Pokémon, Team Rocket sought to control and dominate them. Their attempts to steal Pokémon like Pikachu, the beloved electric mouse, were symbolic of a greater threat to the peaceful relationship between humans and Pokémon. For every trainer who sought to create a bond of trust and respect with their Pokémon, Team Rocket represented the force that sought to sever that connection for their own selfish desires. Despite their many failures, Team Rocket remained a constant presence in the Pokemon world. Their antics, though often unsuccessful, left an indelible mark on the world of Pokemon. Jesse, James, and Meowth may not have been able to achieve their ultimate goals, but they were always there, providing both a comedic foil to the heroes and a reminder that the Pokemon world was not as simple as it might seem. They were not just villains to be defeated, they were representations of the flaws that existed within the world, a world where ambition, greed, and the desire for power could twist even the most innocent of dreams into something dark and destructive. The legacy of Team Rocket continues to be felt in every region they appear. In Kanto, their quest to steal rare Pokemon like Snorlax and Articuno became legendary tales of misadventure. In Johto, their attempts to capture the powerful legendary Pokemon like Suicune and Ho-Oh were met with failure but served to highlight the delicate balance of power in the Pokemon world. And in regions like Hoenn and Sinnoh, where they continued to plot, their interference reminded trainers that their work was far from over. Ultimately, Team Rocket's role in the Pokemon world is complex. While they were often a source of comic relief, their actions also raised important questions about the ethics of Pokemon training and the power dynamics that exist in a world where creatures of immense strength are at the center of every interaction. In their pursuit of rare and powerful Pokemon, Team Rocket inadvertently revealed the delicate balance between freedom and control, between friendship and exploitation that defines the relationship between trainers and Pokemon. Though Team Rocket's efforts were often in vain, their story serves as a reminder that the road to becoming a true Pokemon trainer is not always straightforward. It is a journey that requires strength, resilience, and the willingness to face down those who would seek to exploit the creatures that we love. For every challenge that Team Rocket presents, there is an equal and opposite force. A trainer ready to stand firm, to protect their Pokemon, and to ensure that the balance of the Pokemon world is never disrupted. The Hoenn region, with its lush landscapes, vast oceans, and beautiful diversity, introduced a sense of grandeur and scale to the Pokemon world. Located to the south of Johto, Hoenn was a place where the sea met the sky, where lush forests gave way to towering mountains, and where trainers could explore new horizons, both literally and figuratively. Hoenn wasn't just a new region, it was a completely different world, one where the boundaries between land, sea, and sky were blurred, and the possibilities felt endless. Hoenn's environment shaped everything about it, from the Pokemon that lived there to the very way people interacted with the world. The region's geographical features, the many islands, oceans, rivers, and mountain ranges, created a world that was dynamic, constantly shifting and evolving. It was a region defined by contrasts tranquil beaches and stormy seas, dense jungles and arid deserts. This interplay between contrasting elements was the essence of Hoenn, and it echoed in the hearts of its trainers and their Pokémon. The journey through Hoenn began in Little Root Town, a small village nestled within the forests and mountains. Here, young trainers received their first Pokémon and set off on their adventure. Unlike some of the other regions, Hoenn was a place where trainers quickly learned the importance of exploring every corner of the land. It wasn't just about battling, it was about discovery. The region offered a wide variety of environments to explore, each filled with new Pokémon and new challenges. From the watery depths of Route 104 to the fiery peaks of Mount Chimney, Hoenn's environment encouraged a sense of curiosity and adventure that kept trainers on their toes. The starter Pokémon of Hoenn, Torchic, Mudkip, and Trico, perfectly reflected the region's elemental diversity. Torchic, the fire type, was a fiery bird with a passion for battle. Mudkip, the water type, was a playful and mischievous creature, well suited to the watery landscapes of Hoenn. Trico, the grass type, was a nimble, agile Pokémon, perfectly at home in the dense jungles and forests of the region. These three Pokémon represented the delicate balance between fire, water, and earth, the same balance that Hoenn itself embodied. As Red and other trainers ventured through Hoenn, they encountered some of the most fascinating and powerful Pokémon in the entire world. The region was home to an array of unique creatures, many of which were directly tied to the land, sea, and sky. One of the most notable features of Hoenn was the presence of legendary Pokémon, Kyogre, Groudon, and Rayquaza, each of whom played a crucial role in the region's mythos. Kyogre, the sea basin Pokémon, was a force of nature that controlled the oceans. Its power over water was immense, and it was said that Kyogre could create massive storms and floods, reshaping the world's coastlines. Groudon, the continent Pokémon, was its opposite, a being of the earth, capable of raising entire continents and controlling the land. The clash between Kyogre and Groudon was a battle of cosmic proportions, as the two legendary Pokémon fought to maintain control over the world's elements. This struggle was mirrored in the environment of Hoenn, where the tension between land and sea created a dynamic and ever-changing landscape. And then there was Rayquaza, the sky-high Pokémon, a creature of both power and mystery. Unlike Kyogre and Groudon, Rayquaza was not bound to the land or the sea. It was a being of the sky, a guardian of balance. Rayquaza's role in the myth of Hoenn was to keep the peace between Kyogre and Groudon, and it was said that when the two forces clashed, only Rayquaza could intervene. The legend of Rayquaza was a reminder that even in a world filled with chaos and conflict, there could be a force of harmony, one that could restore balance and order. Hoenn wasn't just about the legendary Pokémon, however. The region also introduced a new array of gym leaders, each with their own distinct approach to Pokémon training. From the graceful and strategic Winona, the flying-type gym leader, to the fiery and determined Flannery, the fire-type leader, each gym in Hoenn presented a new challenge. These battles were more than just tests of strength. They were opportunities to learn, grow, and adapt. Hoenn's gym leaders taught trainers valuable lessons about strategy, perseverance, and the importance of understanding their Pokemon on a deeper level. The battle for the title of champion in Hoenn was not just about defeating the Elite Four, it was about proving that a trainer had mastered the elements of the region, from the land to the sea to the sky. The final challenge awaited in the Battle Frontier, a series of unique battle formats designed to test a trainer's skills in every possible way. The Battle Frontier was a place where only the most accomplished trainers could prove their worth, and it became a defining moment in many trainers' journeys. One of the defining aspects of Hoenn was the sense of interconnectedness between trainers and the environment. The region's geography, with its vast oceans, towering mountains, and dense forests, created a world where every Pokemon had its place and every trainer was part of a greater whole. Hoenn's environment was more than just a backdrop for the adventure, it was a character in its own right, shaping the story and guiding trainers on their journey. The presence of nature's elements, fire, water, and earth, was a constant reminder of the balance that defined Hoenn. The region's natural beauty, from its vibrant seas to its towering volcanoes, was an invitation to explore, to seek out new challenges, and to forge deeper connections with the world around you. It was a place where the very landscape seemed to shape the lives of its inhabitants, and where every journey was a chance to discover something new. Hoenn also brought with it the introduction of new battle mechanics, such as double battles, and the ability to teach Pokemon new moves through TMs and HMs. These innovations added new layers of strategy to the already complex and engaging battle system, allowing trainers to experiment with different tactics and approaches. It was in Hoenn that trainers truly learned the importance of teamwork, not just between themselves and their Pokemon, but between the Pokemon themselves, as they worked together to overcome obstacles and defeat powerful opponents. For many trainers, Hoenn represented the beginning of something new, a fresh start, an opportunity to explore a region unlike any other. The bonds formed in Hoenn, the challenges faced, and the lessons learned became the foundation for the next generation of Pokemon trainers. As they faced the trials of the region, they grew not only in strength, but in wisdom and understanding. Hoenn was more than just a place to capture Pokemon. It was a world that encouraged exploration, self-discovery, and the development of a deep, lasting connection with the Pokemon that inhabited it. In the end, Hoenn was a reminder that the world of Pokemon was vast and filled with endless possibilities. It was a region where the adventure never truly ended, where every new discovery brought a deeper understanding of the world, and where every trainer had the chance to leave their mark on history. The Sinnoh region, a land steeped in mythology, ancient history, and the power of the elements, presents a world of stark contrasts. From its snowy mountaintops to its bustling cities, Sinnoh is a place where the past and present coexist in perfect harmony. The region's natural beauty is matched only by the deep, mysterious stories that lie at its core. It is here that trainers would encounter some of the most enigmatic and powerful Pokemon of all time, and where the very fabric of the universe was at stake. The Sinnoh region is a place of legend, and these legends permeate every corner of the land. The region's landscape is defined by the majestic mint coronet, which rises high above the rest of the terrain. This towering peak is said to be the birthplace of the universe itself, the place where time, space, and matter all converged. It is no surprise that Sinnoh is home to the creation trio, Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina, three Pokemon that are not merely creatures of legend, but the very embodiments of the fundamental forces that govern the universe. Dialga, the temporal Pokemon, represents time itself. Its power to manipulate time is unmatched, able to slow it, accelerate it, or even stop it entirely. In Sinnoh's myths, Dialga is said to have shaped the flow of time, ensuring that the past, present, and future all coexist in balance. Its existence is tied to the very fabric of the world's history, and to encounter it is to witness the delicate dance of time unfold before your eyes. Dialga is not just a Pokemon, it is the force that governs the passage of moments, from the most fleeting second to the most profound era. Palkia, the spatial Pokemon, controls space, the very dimensions in which the universe exists. It has the power to distort space itself, creating rifts in reality that bend the rules of nature. Palkia is the guardian of the spatial dimensions, ensuring that the boundaries of the universe remain intact. Without Palkia, the universe would be an endless void with no sense of structure or form. Palkia's role is to maintain the delicate balance of space, allowing the Pokemon world to exist in its ordered beauty. But it is Giratina, the renegade Pokemon, who represents the darker side of Sinnoh's mythology. Giratina is the guardian of antimatter, existing in the distortion world, a realm where the laws of time and space do not apply. Giratina's role is to keep balance between the material world and the mysterious realm of antimatter. It is said that Giratina was banished to the distortion world for its destructive nature, but its influence still lingers in the world of the living. Giratina is not a force of destruction, but of balance, ensuring that the forces of time and space are never disrupted beyond repair. The battle between these three legendary Pokemon, their clash of time, space, and antimatter, was central to Sinnoh's creation myth. In the ancient past, the three Pokemon fought for control over the universe, but their battle threatened to destroy the very fabric of existence. To prevent catastrophe, Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina were forced to come to an uneasy truce, each taking its place in the grand design of the world. Their ongoing struggle for dominance was a reminder that the universe was never truly at peace, and that balance was fragile, always at the mercy of powerful forces beyond human comprehension. Sinnoh's deep connection to these ancient myths was mirrored in the region's architecture and culture. The people of Sinnoh revered these legendary Pokemon, seeing them not just as powerful creatures, but as guardians of the universe itself. The Celestic Town, home to the region's ancient ruins, is a place where these legends are kept alive. Here, trainers learn about the world's origins, discovering the truths behind the creation trio and their role in shaping the universe. It is a place of reflection and reverence, where the past and present blend seamlessly. The gym leaders of Sinnoh also embody the region's mythic nature. From Roark, the rock-type specialist, with his deep connection to the earth, to Cynthia, the Pokemon champion, with her calm, calculated approach to battle, each gym leader has a connection to the land and the legends that define Sinnoh. They are not simply trainers, they are keepers of the region's ancient knowledge, guiding trainers on their journey to uncover the deeper truths of the Pokemon world. The gym challenges in Sinnoh are more than tests of strength. They are lessons in understanding the history, the forces, and the legends that have shaped the land. Sinnoh's unique blend of mythology and nature is also reflected in its Pokémon. Legendary and rare Pokémon like Azelf, Mesprit, and Uxie, known as the Lake Trio, are tied to the region's lakes, each representing one of the three elements of willpower, emotion, and knowledge. These Pokemon are not merely powerful creatures, they are the personifications of the very essence of the human experience. Their roles in Sinnoh's mythology are deeply tied to the region's themes of balance, harmony, and the connection between humans and Pokemon. The world of Sinnoh is also a world of conflict, as it is here that trainers face some of the most powerful and destructive forces in the Pokemon world. The Team Galactic organization, led by the ambitious Cyrus, sought to control the legendary Pokemon and reshape the universe itself. Cyrus's plan to use the power of Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina to create a new world was driven by his belief that the universe was flawed. His quest for absolute power and control was a dark mirror to the natural balance that Sinnoh's legends represented. As the story unfolded, it became clear that the struggle for balance was not just a cosmic battle, it was a personal one, a test of one's values, and a reminder of the importance of harmony. Sinnoh's enduring themes of time, space, and antimatter were explored through the events of the Sinnoh League and the climactic battle against Cyrus and Team Galactic. In the final confrontation, trainers had to face the destructive forces unleashed by Cyrus's obsession with control. But in the end, it was the bond between Pokemon and trainer that triumphed. The power of connection, of understanding, and of balance between the natural world and the human spirit proved stronger than the pursuit of domination. Sinnoh's story was a reminder that no matter how powerful the forces at play, the most important thing was the respect for balance and the relationships that keep the world intact. In the end, Sinnoh was more than just a region. It was a place where trainers learned that the true power of Pokemon wasn't in their strength, but in the stories, the myths, and the legends that connected them to the universe. Sinnoh was where time, space, and antimatter all converged, and where the balance of the world was constantly tested, ensuring that the universe remained as it was meant to be. The Unova region, inspired by the bustling, diverse landscape of the United States, marked a new era in the world of Pokemon. With its large cities, towering skyscrapers, and a wide array of environments, Unova brought a sense of modernity and innovation to the Pokemon universe. It was a place where the lines between tradition and progress blurred, where new ideas about Pokemon and the world they inhabited began to take root. Unova was a land of firsts, a region that set the stage for a new generation of trainers and Pokemon alike, with many exciting discoveries on the horizon. From the moment trainers set foot in Unova, they could feel the energy of the region, from the bright lights of Castelia City to the tranquil beauty of the surrounding natural landscapes. Unlike previous regions, where the focus was on rural towns and quiet villages, Unova was a place of bold ambition, with cities that rivaled any metropolis in the world. It was a region where the heart of the Pokemon world was reflected in its urbanization, modern, fast-paced, and full of potential. But even within this evolving world, the connection between Pokemon and their trainers remained at the core of Unova's identity. The journey through Unova began in the quaint town of Nuvema, where trainers were greeted by their first Pokemon companions, Tepig, Snivy, and Oshawott. Each of these starters reflected the dynamic nature of Unova itself. Tepig, the fire type, was a fiery and passionate Pokemon, ready to light the way for trainers with its determination. Snivy, the grass type, embodied elegance and grace, moving with a calm resolve through Unova's bustling streets. Oshawott, the water type, was playful and spirited, mirroring the region's youthful energy. These Pokemon, each unique in their own way, were symbolic of the balance Unova sought to achieve between the old and the new. As Red and other trainers traveled through Unova, they encountered many new and exciting Pokemon, many of which were distinct from those of previous regions. Unova's fauna was diverse, ranging from the small and agile to the large and imposing. Pokemon like Sandile, Deerling, and Timburr introduced a variety of new types and abilities, each bringing something fresh to the Pokemon world. The dynamic nature of Unova's ecosystem was mirrored in the challenges faced by trainers as they navigated everything from dense forests and vast plains to urban jungles and expansive mountains. The region's geography also offered a wide range of experiences for trainers. The towering buildings of Castalia City, a vibrant metropolis filled with skyscrapers and businesses, stood in stark contrast to the quiet, natural beauty of places like the Pinwheel Forest and the Relic Castle. Unova's diversity was not just about its people and cities. It was also reflected in the environments and Pokemon that inhabited them. The constant interplay between nature and human innovation was a theme that ran throughout the region, giving Unova a unique flavor that set it apart from other regions. The challenge of the Unova region came not just from the Pokemon that trainers faced, but also from the cultural clash between the traditional ways of the past and the modern, fast moving world of the present. The region was home to a growing conflict between those who wanted to maintain the old traditions of Pokemon training and those who sought to exploit Pokemon for more modern purposes. At the heart of this conflict was Team Plasma, an organization led by the charismatic and persuasive N. While Team Plasma claimed to fight for the rights of Pokemon, their true motives were far more complicated. N's goal was to free Pokemon from what he perceived as the oppressive bonds of human control. His beliefs, though well intentioned, conflicted with the ideals of trainers who saw Pokemon as partners, not possessions. Team Plasma's efforts to separate Pokemon from their trainers led to a series of confrontations throughout Unova. The ethical dilemma that N posed, whether Pokemon should be liberated from the control of humans, forced trainers to examine their relationship with their Pokemon on a deeper level. Could a bond formed through training, love, and mutual respect really be considered slavery? Or was N correct in his belief that humans had no right to use Pokemon as tools for battle and competition? These questions added a layer of moral complexity to the journey, and trainers like Ash, who had grown up with a deep bond with their Pokemon, had to confront the painful truth that not everyone viewed the world through the same lens. But despite the challenges posed by Team Plasma, Unova was a place of opportunity. It was a region where trainers could create their own paths, whether they chose to follow the traditional route to becoming a champion or sought to explore Unova's deeper mysteries. The Unova League was the ultimate test of a trainer's strength, a place where the very best could prove their worth. With gym leaders like Elisa, the electric type gym leader, and Drayden, the dragon type leader, Unova's challenges were as varied and dynamic as the region itself. These battles tested not just a trainer's battle skills, but their ability to adapt to new environments and situations. Every gym in Unova presented a unique challenge, making the journey feel like a series of interconnected, evolving stories. The region was also home to a vast array of legendary Pokémon, each playing a key role in the mythology of Unova. Reshiram, the dragon type fire Pokémon, represented truth, while Zekrom, the electric type dragon, represented ideals. These two legendary Pokémon were tied to the very heart of Unova's story, representing the region's ideals of progress, truth, and the struggle for balance. The encounter between Reshiram and Zekrom wasn't just a battle, it was a metaphor for the ongoing conflict between the old and the new, between tradition and innovation. In addition to Reshiram and Zekrom, Unova was home to the mysterious Kyurem, the ice-type dragon Pokémon. Kyurem's presence was a reminder of the region's potential for both creation and destruction, a symbol of the balance that had to be maintained. It was a creature of great power, and its connection to Reshiram and Zekrom highlighted the interconnectedness of all things in the Pokémon world. Kyurem's ultimate role was tied to the region's creation myths, offering a deeper insight into the nature of Unova and its place in the grand scheme of the Pokémon universe. Unova was a region where trainers could find both challenge and opportunity. It was a place where the future of Pokémon training was being shaped, where old traditions met new possibilities, and where the ethics of control, freedom, and partnership were put to the test. The region represented the endless potential of what could be, a place where trainers could forge their own paths and determine their destinies. Ultimately, Unova was about choice. Trainers were given the freedom to decide who they wanted to be and what they wanted to achieve. The region's challenges, from the confrontations with Team Plasma to the difficult decisions faced in the Pokémon League, were designed to help trainers grow and evolve. Unova was a place where the journey was just as important as the destination, a place where every trainer had the chance to make a lasting impact on the world. The Kalos region, inspired by the beauty and elegance of France, stands as one of the most visually stunning and culturally rich areas in the Pokémon world. A region where beauty is found not just in the landscape, but also in the Pokémon, the architecture, and the very spirit of the people who live there. Kalos represents a shift in how the world of Pokémon is viewed, no longer just a land of adventure and competition, but a place where artistry, elegance, and the pursuit of one's ideals intertwine. The Kalos region is marked by its breathtaking beauty, rolling hills, sprawling fields of lavender, the iconic Eiffel Tower-like Prism Tower in Lumiosa City, and a distinctively European flair that can be felt in every corner of the region. The landscape is both picturesque and diverse, with areas like the lush Santalune Forest and the stark, snowy heights of the Frost Cavern providing stark contrast to one another. Whether it's the vivid hues of the fields or the cobbled streets of its grand cities, Kalos is a region that invites its travelers to stop and take in the wonders of the world around them. From the moment trainers step into Kalos, they are greeted by its fresh atmosphere, a region that feels both familiar and new. The starter Pokémon of Kalos, Chespin, Fennekin, and Froakie, perfectly embody the essence of the region. Chespin, the grass type, is a playful and determined creature that brings warmth to the lush, green landscapes of Kalos. Fennekin, the fire type, is elegant and clever, much like the region's art and culture. Froki, the water type, with its quick and agile nature, mirrors Kalos's deep connection to both the natural world and the fast-paced advancements of modern life. But Kalos is more than just its stunning beauty. It is a place of reflection and philosophy. Kalos is steeped in the ideals of fairness, equality, and the pursuit of peace. This is most clearly reflected in the region's most prominent antagonist, Team Flare, a group with a dark agenda, led by the charismatic Lysandre. Team Flare seeks to change the world, but their vision is warped. They wish to cleanse the world of what they see as impurities, leading them to seek out the ultimate power to reshape the world in their image. They believe that by using the power of the legendary Pokémon Xerneas, they can bring about a perfect world, a world free from suffering and imperfection. However, their plans are rooted in selfishness and greed, seeking to control and dominate rather than to understand. The contrast between Team Flare's ideology and the region's ideals of beauty and peace is stark, and it highlights the central philosophical conflict of Kalos. The pursuit of perfection and beauty can often lead to destruction when taken to extremes. In battling Team Flare, trainers learn that true beauty isn't found in perfection. It is found in the diversity and balance of life, the imperfections that make each Pokemon and each person unique. At the heart of Kalos's story is the legendary Pokemon Xerneas, a being of life, beauty, and light. Xerneas is the embodiment of Kalos itself, graceful, powerful, and eternally giving. Xerneas's power to create life stands in stark contrast to the destructive ambitions of Team Flare, and its peaceful nature is a symbol of the beauty that Kalos strives to protect. Xerneas, much like Kalos, is a guardian of harmony, seeking to ensure that the world remains balanced and full of life. In Kalos, trainers also encounter the darker counterpart to Xerneas, Yveltal, the Pokemon of destruction. Yveltal represents the opposite of Xerneas, a force that brings about death and decay. It is through the duality of Xerneas and Yveltal that Kalos teaches one of its most important lessons, that life and death, creation and destruction are inextricably linked. Neither is truly separate from the other. Both are part of the same natural cycle. Trainers learn that balance must be maintained, and that to appreciate life, one must also understand death. The story of Kalos is also a journey of self-discovery and reflection. As trainers venture through the region, they are forced to confront their own ideals and beliefs about the world. The gym leaders of Kalos, from the fashionable Viola, who specializes in bug types, to the fierce and determined Clement, an electric-type expert, all represent different facets of the region's diversity. Each gym leader's philosophy and battle style reflect the broader themes of the region. For example, Clement, with his scientific approach to battle, symbolizes Kalos's cutting-edge advancements in technology and research, while Viola, with her love of photography, highlights the region's artistic and reflective nature. Kalos also introduced new mechanics to the Pokemon world, most notably the concept of Mega Evolution. This powerful transformation allows certain Pokemon to undergo a drastic change in form during battle, becoming stronger and gaining new abilities. The introduction of Mega Evolution not only changed the way trainers approach battles, but it also highlighted the region's focus on the bond between Pokemon and trainer. Mega evolution is a symbol of that bond. When a Pokemon and its trainer share a deep connection, they are able to transcend their previous limits and achieve a new level of power. The region's emphasis on beauty and reflection is not just about external appearances, it is about looking inward, understanding the connections between all things, and finding harmony within oneself. Kalos teaches trainers that true strength comes not just from physical power, but from the strength of character, the depth of understanding, and the wisdom gained through experience. It is a place where trainers are encouraged to think critically, to examine their beliefs, and to grow into their roles as protectors of both Pokemon and the world. In the final showdown against Team Flare, trainers are forced to confront not only the external threat, but also the philosophical question at the heart of the conflict. What does it mean to create a perfect world? Is the pursuit of perfection worth the cost of others' lives and freedoms? These are the questions that Kalos asks, and it is through these challenges that trainers discover what it truly means to be a protector of the world. Kalos is a region of both beauty and complexity. Its landscapes are stunning, its culture rich with history and art, and its ideals rooted in the quest for balance. Trainers who journey through Kalos are not just learning to become better at battling, they are learning to become better versions of themselves. They learn to appreciate beauty in all its forms, to respect the delicate balance between life and death, and to understand that true perfection is not something to be achieved, but something to be experienced in the harmony of the world around them. The Alola region, with its warm, tropical climate and island spirit, offered a refreshing departure from the traditional Pokemon world. Inspired by the diverse landscapes of Hawaii, Alola is a region where nature, culture, and a sense of community are deeply intertwined. Here, the world of Pokemon is not just about catching creatures and battling. It's about living in harmony with the environment, learning from it, and cherishing the bonds that form between humans and Pokemon. Alola's natural beauty is unparalleled. The region is made up of several islands, each with its own unique characteristics. From the sunny beaches of Melamale Island to the lush jungles of Ula Ula Island and the towering peaks of Pony Island, Alola offers a rich tapestry of landscapes that are as diverse as the Pokemon that inhabit them. The island's gentle seas, clear skies, and vibrant flora and fauna create an atmosphere of peace and serenity, a place where the hustle and bustle of the outside world fades away and the spirit of aloha flourishes. The Alola region introduced a new philosophy of Pokemon training, one that focused not just on battles, but on the relationship between trainers and their Pokemon. In Alola, Pokemon are seen not merely as partners in combat, but as cherished companions, integral to the lives of the people who care for them. This unique perspective is embodied in the region's Island Challenge, a journey that combines the traditional gym battles with cultural rituals and tasks that test trainers' understanding of Pokemon and the world they live in. In Alola, the Island Challenge is a rite of passage for young trainers, designed to foster a deep connection with their Pokemon and the land they inhabit. Rather than simply defeating gym leaders, trainers in Alola must take on a series of island trials, each administered by a trial captain or kahuna. These trials are not just tests of strength, they are about learning, growth, and understanding. Each island trial is themed around a specific type of Pokemon, and it is through these trials that trainers learn to respect the diversity of the Pokemon world, not just their battle abilities. The kahunas, the wise and respected leaders of each island, guide trainers through these trials. They are not just powerful trainers, but teachers, role models, and mentors. The kahunas represent the deep connection between people and Pokemon in Alola. They are the caretakers of the land, and they pass down knowledge about the balance between humans, Pokemon, and nature. Through their guidance, trainers come to understand that being a true Pokemon trainer is not just about strength or strategy, it's about harmony, compassion, and the willingness to learn from those around you. The Pokemon of Alola are just as unique and diverse as the region itself. While some are familiar faces, like the classic Pikachu, Alola introduces a host of new and exciting Pokemon, each with distinct abilities and forms. The Alola forms of classic Pokemon, like Exeggutor and Meowth, are a testament to the region's rich history and the way in which Pokemon adapt to their environments. Alola also introduced entirely new species, like Rowlet, Litten, and Poplio, the starter Pokemon of the region. Rowlet, the grass-flying type, is calm and wise, with a deep connection to the earth. Litten, the fire type, is fiery and determined with a fierce spirit. Poplio, the water type, is playful and joyful, embodying the playful nature of the seas. These Pokemon, like the region itself, represent balance and unity. One of the most distinctive features of Alola is its culture, a fusion of traditional Hawaiian influences and the more modern world of Pokemon training. The people of Alola live by the spirit of Aloha, which embodies love, peace, and respect. This spirit is reflected in the way trainers interact with their Pokemon. Rather than being seen solely as tools for battle, Pokemon in Alola are treated with kindness and care. Trainers and Pokemon work together to solve problems, help one another, and grow through mutual respect and understanding. The bonds formed in Alola are not just about winning, they are about building a deep, lasting connection with the creatures that share their world. The Alola region also features the unique addition of the Battle Royal format, a chaotic and fun new way to battle Pokemon. This format involves multiple trainers battling each other at once, with the goal not necessarily to knock out the other trainers, but to survive the longest. The Battle Royal showcases the versatility and creativity that is central to Alola's battle style, where strategy is as important as strength, and every battle is a chance to experiment, learn, and grow. Alola's connection to its legendary Pokemon, like Solgaleo and Lunala, is rooted in the mythology of the region. Solgaleo, the sun Pokemon, represents light, strength, and the spirit of exploration, while Lunala, the moon Pokemon, embodies the quiet, mysterious power of the night. These two Pokemon are central to the story of Alola's origins, as they are said to have shaped the world's balance, maintaining the harmony between the day and the night. The battle between Solgaleo and Lunala represents the eternal cycle of light and darkness, and their connection to the region's people is both spiritual and physical. The story of Alola is also about the conflict between progress and tradition, as embodied in the villainous team of Team Skull. Unlike previous evil teams that sought world domination, Team Skull is more of a rebellious, disorganized group that seeks to disrupt the peace of Alola. Led by the mischievous Guzma, Team Skull's antics are often laughable, but their presence in Alola highlights the tension between the island's tranquil lifestyle and the outside world's forces. The clash between Team Skull and the peaceful spirit of Alola is a reminder that no place, no matter how beautiful or serene, is immune to disruption. The region's story culminates in the revelation of Ultra Beasts, mysterious Pokémon from another dimension that challenge the very nature of reality. These creatures, with their strange appearances and abilities, are linked to the ultra wormholes, rifts in the fabric of space time that allow otherworldly beings to enter the Pokémon world. The appearance of the Ultra Beasts introduces a new kind of danger to the region, one that is far beyond the usual battles and challenges that trainers face. The Ultra Beasts are not just Pokemon to be caught, they are enigmas, beings from a place far beyond the boundaries of the world trainers know. Ultimately, Alola's story is one of discovery, balance, and growth. It is a place where trainers are encouraged to explore not just the world around them, but themselves. The Alola region teaches that true strength comes not from dominating others, but from understanding and connecting with the world, whether that world is made up of people, Pokemon, or the very land that sustains them. It is a region that embodies the spirit of adventure and exploration, but also the importance of peace, harmony, and respect for the natural world. The Galar region, inspired by the United Kingdom, introduced a fresh take on the world of Pokemon. Known for its regal atmosphere, rich culture, and unique battle traditions, Galar is a region steeped in history while embracing the modern world. A land where past and present coexist harmoniously, Galar offers trainers a unique experience as they journey through this land of giants, challenging competitions and ancient mysteries. It is here that trainers learn that Pokemon battles are more than just about strength. They are about honor, traditions, and the competitive spirit that drives the heart of every trainer. Galar is a region that values both tradition and progress, and this duality is seen in the Pokemon battles themselves. The region's unique gym challenge, where trainers battle gym leaders to earn badges, sets Galar apart from other regions. However, Galar also introduces a new element, max raid battles, where trainers team up to face powerful Dynamax Pokemon. The Dynamax phenomenon, where Pokemon grow to enormous sizes and gain incredible power, represents the region's fusion of old-school battling techniques and cutting-edge advancements in Pokemon training. This mechanic brought new strategies into play, and trainers had to learn to adapt, as the traditional battles with 6-on-6 teams were now joined by the larger-than-life battles with Dynamaxing Pokemon. The starter Pokemon of Galar, Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble, mirror the region's balance of tradition and innovation. Grookey, the grass type, is energetic and musical, representing Galar's connection to nature and its rich cultural history. Scorbunny, the fire type, is full of spirit and passion, much like the fiery ambition that drives Galar's most competitive trainers. Sobble, the water type, is reserved yet determined, embodying the perseverance and self-reflection needed to navigate the complex traditions and challenges of Galar. Each starter Pokemon reflects a key aspect of Galar's identity, a region that values energy, passion, and perseverance, while remaining deeply connected to its past. The Galar region also has its fair share of memorable characters. Hop, the energetic and optimistic rival, is a trainer who looks up to his older brother, Leon, the reigning champion. Hop's journey is a story of growth, from being a beginner full of dreams and ambition to becoming a skilled and respected trainer. Through his rivalry with the player, Hop learns the true meaning of strength and camaraderie. Leon, the champion, represents the ultimate goal for every Galar trainer, a figure of success, mastery, and leadership. Leon's bond with his partner, Charizard, showcases the deep connection between trainer and Pokemon and his unwavering resolve to protect Galar from any threat. The region's emphasis on battles and traditions is further reflected in the introduction of the Battle Stadium, an arena where trainers from all over Galar come to compete in ranked matches. The Battle Stadium represents the culmination of the competitive spirit that defines Galar. It's a place where only the best trainers can prove their worth. Through this system, Galar places a strong emphasis on fair competition, where victory is earned through skill and determination. The Battle Stadium is where trainers truly test their abilities, and it is a reminder that in Galar, strength is defined not just by physical power, but by the strategy and tactics employed in every battle. However, it is not only the traditions of the Galar region that make it so unique, it is also the mysterious forces that lie just beneath the surface. The region is home to legends tied to the sword and shield Pokemon, Zacian and Zamazenta, whose power is said to have saved the region from an ancient catastrophe. These two Pokemon, embodiments of justice and honor, are deeply tied to Galar's history. The myth of the sword and shield is a tale of ancient heroes who fought to protect the region, and their legacy lives on in Zacian and Zamazenta, whose power continues to shape Galar's future. The story of Galar also involves the enigmatic Eternatus, a massive, mysterious Pokemon whose arrival is tied to the very creation of the Dynamax phenomenon. Eternatus's power, far beyond any other Pokemon in the region, threatens the very fabric of Galar's reality. As the player and their allies face off against Eternatus, they are forced to confront the dangers of unchecked power and the ethical implications of harnessing such energy. Eternatus serves as a reminder that even in a region where battles are celebrated, there must always be caution when dealing with forces that exceed our control. The struggle to contain Eternatus's power also mirrors Galar's deeper internal struggle, how to balance progress with tradition, innovation with respect for the past. The themes of Galar, such as the pursuit of perfection, honor, and tradition, are all connected to the region's unique approach to competition. The Galar League, with its prominent role in the Pokémon world, reflects the importance of both personal growth and public recognition. The League is a place where trainers show the world their potential and where they earn their place as one of Galar's greatest Pokemon trainers. Yet, Galar also teaches that being a champion is not just about defeating the Elite Four or securing the title of champion. It is about understanding the culture, values, and traditions of the region. Galar, as a whole, asks its trainers to reflect on the kind of trainer they wish to become, not just for themselves, but for the world they hope to shape. One of Galar's most significant contributions to the Pokemon world is the incorporation of the Dynamax phenomenon. Dynamaxing allows Pokemon to grow in size and gain immense power, a mechanic that adds a new layer of strategy to battles. The introduction of Dynamaxing is symbolic of Galar's evolution, the way in which the region blends old world traditions with cutting-edge advancements in Pokemon battling. It represents Galar's ethos of embracing change while honoring its rich history. The larger than life battles that occur when Pokemon Dynamax are a testament to Galar's ability to push boundaries while respecting the past. In the end, Galar is a region defined by its spirit of competition and camaraderie, its reverence for tradition, and its willingness to embrace change. From the very first battle in the Galar Gym Challenge to the final showdown against Eternatus, trainers in Galar are forced to confront their own ideals and challenge their understanding of what it means to be a true Pokemon trainer. Galar is a land where personal growth, honor, and strength come together to form the heart of its culture. It is a region that celebrates the journey, not just the destination, reminding trainers that it is not the title of champion that matters most, but the bonds they form along the way, the lessons they learn, and the legacy they leave behind. As the story of Pokemon has unfolded, each region, each adventure, each battle has been more than just a test of strength. The world of Pokemon, ever expanding, is a journey of connection, understanding, and discovery. From the very beginning, when trainers like Red and Ash set out with their first Pokemon, to the present day, the world of Pokemon has been one of growth and transformation. It is a world where trainers are not only challenged by powerful creatures, but by themselves, their beliefs, and their own understanding of what it means to be a Pokemon trainer. Each region in the Pokemon world offers something unique, from the traditions of Kanto to the tropical spirit of Alola, the rich mythology of Sinnoh to the bold ambition of Galar. Yet despite the vast differences in culture, environment, and philosophy, the core of the Pokemon world has always remained the same: the bond between Pokemon and their trainers. Whether in the quiet towns of Kanto or the bustling cities of Unova, the relationship between humans and Pokemon is at the heart of every adventure. The journey of a Pokemon trainer is not just about collecting badges or winning battles. It is about learning, growing, and understanding the deeper connection between humans and Pokemon. This journey takes trainers through regions filled with challenges, but also filled with lessons. It is a journey that encourages trainers to question the world around them, to reflect on their own motivations, and to understand the true value of their bonds with their Pokemon. It is not a simple path, but one that requires strength, determination, and the willingness to learn from every experience. One of the most important lessons learned by trainers on their journey is the value of friendship. Pokemon are not just tools for battle, they are companions, friends, and partners. They share in the highs and lows of a trainer's journey, offering support, comfort, and loyalty when needed most. The relationship between a trainer and their Pokemon is built on trust, mutual respect, and understanding. This bond is what allows trainers to grow and evolve, not just as trainers, but as individuals. Through their Pokemon, trainers learn empathy, patience, and the importance of compassion. The Pokemon world is also a world of adventure. Every corner of every region holds new discoveries, new Pokemon, and new challenges. From the moment a trainer sets out on their journey, the world becomes a vast and exciting place, full of endless possibilities. Whether it's uncovering the secrets of ancient ruins, finding rare Pokemon in hidden corners of the world, or engaging in fierce battles with rivals, the adventure never ends. Trainers are constantly learning, adapting, and exploring, making every step of their journey meaningful and rewarding. In addition to the personal growth that comes from bonding with Pokemon, the journey also challenges trainers to understand the world around them. The world of Pokemon is vast and diverse, with each region offering its own unique culture, history, and environment. Through their travels, trainers learn about the people and places that make up this world, gaining a deeper appreciation for the complexity and beauty of the Pokemon universe. They are not just exploring new territories, they are discovering the interconnectedness of all things, from the smallest Pokemon to the largest, and from the most peaceful towns to the most chaotic cities. One of the defining features of the Pokemon world is its ever expanding nature. As new regions, Pokemon, and challenges are introduced, the world becomes richer and more complex. Each new addition brings something fresh to the world, adding depth to the story and giving trainers more to explore. The journey never truly ends, as there is always something new to discover, something new to learn, and a new Pokemon waiting to be caught. This sense of endless possibility is one of the most exciting aspects of the Pokemon world. It is a world that is always evolving, always growing, and always full of surprises. But as trainers progress on their journeys, they also come to realize that the ultimate goal is not just to become the Pokemon champion or to collect every badge, it is to understand the deeper meaning of their journey. The true strength of a Pokemon trainer lies not in their ability to battle, but in their ability to form genuine, lasting connections with the Pokemon they meet along the way. The relationships that trainers build with their Pokemon are what truly define them as trainers. These bonds are the heart of the Pokemon world, and they are what make the journey so rewarding. Throughout the years, the Pokemon franchise has introduced a wide variety of stories, characters, and regions, each with its own unique themes and lessons. Yet, despite the differences between these regions, one thing remains constant: the connection between Pokemon and their trainers. It is this bond that has made Pokemon a universal story, one that transcends generations, cultures, and time. Whether in the early days of the Pokemon series or in the latest games and anime, the heart of Pokemon has always been about connection, connecting with the creatures that share the world, connecting with others who share the same passion, and connecting with oneself. The Pokemon world is a place of endless potential. Trainers can forge their own paths, meet new friends, and experience the joy of discovery. They can challenge themselves, grow stronger, and learn valuable life lessons along the way. But above all, they can experience the joy of companionship, the love and loyalty of their Pokemon, and the unbreakable bond that forms between them. As the journey continues, there will always be new adventures, new regions to explore, and new Pokemon to meet. But no matter where the road leads, the ultimate goal remains the same: to create lasting connections, to learn from every experience, and to appreciate the journey itself. The world of Pokemon is a world full of wonder, magic, and endless possibilities, and it is a world that will continue to inspire and captivate for generations to come. As we look back on the incredible journey that Pokemon has taken us on, from the humble beginnings of a small video game franchise to a global cultural phenomenon, one thing becomes clear: Pokemon is not just a game, nor a series of animated shows and movies. It is a world, a living, breathing world that continues to evolve, with new generations of trainers and fans constantly being introduced to its magic. Pokemon is a legacy, And this legacy is built on the timeless themes of friendship, adventure, and discovery. At its core, Pokemon has always been about connection. The bond between a trainer and their Pokemon is the heart of the Pokemon world. It is not just about catching them all, it is about understanding them, building relationships with them, and learning from them. Pokemon has taught us that true strength comes not from domination, but from partnership and mutual respect. The stories of trainers and their Pokemon are stories of growth, both for the creatures and for the people who care for them. This theme of connection is evident in every aspect of the Pokemon franchise. From the first time a trainer chooses their starter Pokemon to the moment they face off against the Elite Four, the journey is defined by the bonds that are formed along the way. It is through these bonds that trainers are able to succeed, to learn, and to grow. Whether it is the unshakable friendship between Ash and Pikachu, or the deep connection between Red and his Pokemon, the relationships that form in the Pokemon world are what make the journey worthwhile. But the legacy of Pokemon is not just about the individual journeys of trainers. It is about the way the Pokemon world has brought people together. Over the years, Pokemon has become more than just a franchise. It has become a global community. Fans from all walks of life have come together, sharing their love for the games, the anime, and the trading card game. Pokemon has sparked friendships, created lasting memories, and provided a space for people to connect, not just with the world of Pokemon, but with each other. The Pokemon games, which started with a simple concept of capturing and training creatures, have evolved into a series that spans multiple generations, each introducing new Pokemon, new regions, and new ways to explore the world. From the first generation games like Red and Blue to the most recent entries like Sword and Shield, each installment has built on the legacy of those that came before it, expanding the Pokemon universe while staying true to the core values of the series. The introduction of new mechanics like Mega Evolution, Dynamaxing, and the ability to explore the world with friends in Pokemon Go has kept the franchise fresh and exciting, ensuring that it continues to resonate with fans of all ages. In the Pokemon universe, each region brings its own unique flavor, drawing from real-world cultures and mythologies. From the peaceful, nature-filled Kanto to the futuristic, bustling Unova, each region offers something new to explore, and each has its own set of legends, champions, and challenges. The Pokemon world is one of endless variety, where no two journeys are the same, and where every new adventure offers the possibility of discovery. Each region, from the fiery landscapes of Hoenn to the icy expanse of Sinnoh, has its own story to tell, one that adds to the rich tapestry of the Pokemon world. The legacy of Pokemon extends beyond the games and television shows. It is a cultural touchstone that has influenced countless other media and has become a central part of pop culture. Pokemon has inspired movies, books, music, and even fashion. The iconic Pikachu, with its bright yellow fur and cheerful expression, has become one of the most recognizable characters in the world, appearing in advertisements, merchandise, and even as a mascot for major events like the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. Pokemon's impact on the world of entertainment is undeniable, and its influence continues to grow as new generations of fans discover the magic of the Pokemon universe. Beyond the cultural impact, Pokemon has also had a profound effect on the gaming industry. It has helped shape the RPG genre, setting the standard for turn based combat, team building mechanics, and exploration. The Pokemon games have introduced millions of players to the world of video games and have given them an accessible and engaging way to experience the joy of gaming. Pokemon's success has also paved the way for other franchises to explore the concept of collection and adventure, inspiring games like Digimon, Yokai Watch, and then even Animal Crossing, which share similar themes of exploration, discovery, and connection. Yet, for all the changes and innovations that have come with Pokemon's success, its heart has remained the same. The core message of Pokemon has always been about the bond between trainer and Pokemon. Whether it's a child in Kanto setting out on their first adventure, or a seasoned trainer in Galar facing off in the Champions Cup, the essence of the journey is about growth, connection, and the joy of shared experiences. Pokemon's legacy is built on these themes, and it is these themes that continue to resonate with fans, old and new alike. As the Pokemon world continues to expand, one thing is certain: its legacy will endure. The stories of trainers and their Pokemon will continue to inspire new generations of fans, teaching them the value of friendship, perseverance, and the pursuit of dreams. The Pokemon world is a place where anything is possible, where every journey is unique, and where every Pokemon has a story to tell. It is a world that welcomes all who wish to embark on an adventure, and it is a world that will continue to captivate hearts for years to come. The future of Pokemon is as bright as its past, and as new regions, new Pokemon, and new challenges await, trainers will continue to forge their own paths, create their own bonds, and experience the magic of the Pokemon world. Whether they are capturing new Pokemon, battling rivals, or simply enjoying the beauty of the regions they explore, trainers will always have one constant companion on their journey: the spirit of adventure, connection, and the love for Pokemon. As we reflect on the vast and evolving journey through the Pokemon world, one thing remains clear: the heart of Pokemon lies in the relationships it fosters. While each region brings its own unique challenges and adventures, the underlying theme throughout the entire Pokemon universe is connection. It is the bond between trainer and Pokemon that truly defines the Pokemon world. This powerful connection is not just a central theme, but the very essence of the franchise itself, resonating with fans young and old. Pokemon is a legacy built on the timeless ideas of friendship, loyalty, and personal growth, lessons that transcend both generations and boundaries. Throughout the years, trainers have shared countless experiences with their Pokemon. From the moment they step into the world, they are introduced to a vast array of creatures, each with its own personality, strengths, and quirks. These Pokemon are not merely partners in battle, they are companions, friends, and allies. They are creatures that share in the trainer's triumphs and defeats, offering comfort, encouragement, and love along the way. It is this deep emotional connection that separates Pokemon from other franchises, making it a truly unique and unforgettable experience. The bond between trainer and Pokemon is forged through experiences, battles, challenges, and shared moments of joy. Pokemon trainers don't just collect creatures, they form deep, meaningful relationships with them. This connection goes beyond the typical trainer-pet dynamic. It's a partnership in every sense of the word. Whether it's Ash's unwavering loyalty to Pikachu, Red's connection to his team of trusted Pokemon, or the quiet, evolving bonds that grow between players and their Pokemon, the power of friendship is felt in every corner of the Pokemon world. The journey is not just about becoming a champion or catching every Pokemon. It's about learning to understand, trust, and care for the Pokemon that accompany you on your adventure. The Pokemon world also teaches that growth is an ongoing process. As trainers face obstacles and setbacks, they are not only developing their battling skills, but also maturing emotionally. Just as their Pokemon evolve into stronger forms, trainers themselves undergo their own personal evolution. This transformation is not always easy, and it is often accompanied by moments of doubt and struggle. Yet these experiences serve to strengthen the bond between trainer and Pokemon as they learn to rely on each other and grow together. The power of these relationships is evident in the way trainers treat their Pokemon, not as tools for battle, but as partners to be cared for, nurtured, and loved. In this way, Pokemon encourages personal growth, empathy, and resilience. The games and shows consistently reinforce the idea that no journey is without its challenges, but it is through facing these challenges together that true strength is achieved. Trainers learn that strength doesn't come from defeating others, but from the trust and understanding shared with their Pokemon. It is about learning from every experience, growing stronger from each defeat, and using those lessons to become a better version of oneself. The journey through the Pokemon world teaches that true power comes not from brute strength, but from kindness, patience, and the willingness to understand and care for the world around you. The Pokemon universe also teaches the importance of teamwork. As trainers travel from region to region, they form teams of Pokemon that complement each other's abilities. The strength of these teams lies not just in the individual Pokemon, but in their ability to work together. Whether in a double battle or a max raid battle, Pokemon learn to cooperate with one another, supporting each other through thick and thin. This theme of teamwork extends beyond battles, as trainers also rely on their Pokemon to help them solve puzzles, find hidden items, and navigate through various obstacles. Pokemon isn't just about collecting and battling, it's about learning the importance of collaboration and unity. The world of Pokemon also highlights the idea of inclusivity. From the very beginning, trainers are encouraged to form connections with a wide variety of Pokemon. There is no right or wrong way to approach the Pokemon world, whether a trainer prefers to work with electric types, fire types, or a diverse team of creatures. Each choice is valid. The world of Pokemon is one of endless possibilities, where trainers are free to pursue their own path and create their own unique teams. This sense of inclusivity is one of the things that makes Pokemon so appealing to people from all walks of life. Whether you're a competitive player, a casual adventurer, or someone who simply enjoys collecting Pokemon, the Pokemon world is a place for everyone. This inclusivity also extends to the relationship between Pokemon trainers themselves. In the world of Pokemon, competition is healthy and encourages growth, but it is never about rivalry for rivalry's sake. Trainers, no matter how different their goals, share a common love for Pokemon and the world they inhabit. Rivals like Blue, Hop, and others challenge the protagonist, not with malice, but with the intention of pushing them to become better. They remind us that competition, when rooted in mutual respect, can be a source of motivation and personal growth. Beyond the games, the Pokemon anime, movies, and spin offs have further explored the power of friendship, teamwork, and the importance of personal growth. The enduring relationship between Ash and Pikachu is a testament to the strength of their bond. From the moment they met, Pikachu and Ash have been inseparable, facing countless challenges together and growing stronger as a team. Their friendship has been the heart of the Pokemon anime for years, and it is their deep connection that has resonated with fans across generations. Ash's unwavering belief in his Pokemon, his refusal to give up on them even in the face of overwhelming odds, is a powerful reminder that no matter the challenge, the bond between a trainer and their Pokemon can overcome anything. In the Pokemon world, every trainer's journey is different, but the themes of connection, growth, and friendship are universal. Whether a trainer is embarking on their first adventure or facing the challenges of the Pokemon League, they are always learning more about themselves, their Pokemon, and the world around them. These lessons, taught through battles, friendships, and shared experiences, are the true heart of the Pokemon legacy. The relationships formed between trainers and their Pokemon go beyond the confines of the game. They are lifelong bonds, enduring and evolving with each new generation. In the end, Pokemon is not just a game, an anime, or a card game. It is a story about the connections that define us as individuals and as a community. It is about the friendships we make, the challenges we face, and the lessons we learn along the way. The Pokemon world is a place where every journey, no matter how small, leads to something greater, a deeper understanding of the world, of ourselves, and of the Pokemon that share it with us. As the Pokemon franchise continues to evolve, so too does the world it inhabits. From its humble beginnings as a game about collecting and battling creatures, Pokemon has grown into a multifaceted phenomenon that spans generations, cultures, and platforms. With each new region, each new Pokemon, and each new gameplay mechanic, the Pokemon world expands, offering new experiences while staying true to the core themes that have always made it so beloved. The future of Pokemon is as bright as its past, filled with endless possibilities for discovery, adventure, and growth. The legacy of Pokemon is defined by its ability to adapt, innovate, and remain relevant in an ever-changing world. Over the years, we have seen the franchise evolve from simple pixelated graphics in the Game Boy games to the stunning 3D worlds of the Nintendo Switch. The introduction of new features, such as the Dynamax phenomenon, Mega Evolution, and Z-Moves, has kept the gameplay fresh and exciting while still staying true to the foundational elements that fans have come to love. As technology continues to advance, so too will the world of Pokemon, offering new ways to explore, battle, and connect with Pokemon. One of the most exciting aspects of the future of Pokemon is the ongoing expansion of its world. With each new generation, a new region is introduced, each with its own unique culture, environment, and set of challenges. From the snowy peaks of Sinnoh to the sunny beaches of Alola, each region offers a new opportunity for trainers to explore and form new bonds with Pokemon. The potential for future regions is limitless, with the possibility of exploring new parts of the Pokemon world that have never been seen before. The world of Pokemon is not just confined to the main series games. It is also expanded into spin-offs, mobile games, and even real-world experiences. Pokemon Go introduced a revolutionary way to experience Pokemon in the real world, using augmented reality to allow players to catch Pokemon in their own neighborhoods. This mobile game has brought Pokemon to a whole new audience, engaging players who may not have experienced the franchise before. With the continued success of Pokemon Go and other mobile apps, the possibilities for future real world Pokemon experiences are limitless. One of the most exciting developments for the future of Pokemon is the increasing integration of online play and multiplayer experiences. Online functionality has always been a part of the Pokemon games, but with each new installment, it becomes more central to the experience. Pokemon Sword and Shield introduce the Wild Area, an expansive open world environment where players can explore, battle, and trade Pokemon in real time with others. This feature opened the door to new ways for players to interact with each other, and it is likely that future games will continue to build on this idea, offering even more opportunities for cooperative play and competition. The future of Pokemon also lies in its expanding narrative universe. While the mainline games focus on the journey of a Pokemon trainer, there are countless other stories to be told. The Pokemon anime, movies, and spin offs have explored different aspects of the Pokemon world, from the adventures of Ash and Pikachu to the epic battles of legendary Pokemon. As the Pokemon world grows, so too does the potential for new stories and characters to emerge. With the continued success of Pokemon related media, we can expect more films, TV shows, and perhaps even novels that will delve deeper into the rich lore of the Pokemon world. As the franchise continues to explore new avenues for storytelling, it is likely that we will see more diverse perspectives within the Pokemon universe. The world of Pokemon is vast, and its appeal spans across cultures and generations. As the franchise becomes more inclusive and representative of the world it inhabits, we can expect to see more diverse characters, regions, and Pokemon that reflect the many cultures and communities that make up the global Pokemon fandom. This inclusivity will ensure that the world of Pokemon remains relatable and exciting for all players, no matter where they come from. Beyond the games and media, the future of Pokemon will also continue to inspire a new generation of fans. As new generations of players are introduced to Pokemon, they will find their own connection to the franchise, bringing fresh perspectives and new ideas. The themes of friendship, teamwork, and personal growth will continue to resonate with these new players as they experience the joy of catching, training, and battling Pokemon. With each new player comes a new story, a new adventure, and a new chapter in the ever expanding Pokemon world. The potential for future Pokemon experiences is also tied to the evolving nature of technology. As virtual reality, VR, and artificial intelligence, AI, continue to advance, the world of Pokemon could become even more immersive. Imagine a future where trainers can step directly into the Pokemon world, interacting with their Pokemon in a fully realized 3D environment. Or a world where AI driven Pokemon behave dynamically, learning and adapting based on their experiences. These technological advancements could take the bond between trainer and Pokemon to entirely new levels, further deepening the connection between player and creature. As the Pokemon world continues to grow, the sense of community will remain a central part of the experience. Pokemon has always been about connection, not just between trainer and Pokemon, but between fans around the world. The community of Pokemon fans is one of the most dedicated and passionate in the world, and this sense of connection will continue to be a driving force in the future of the franchise. From trading cards and fan art to online forums and tournaments, Pokemon fans have built a community that spans the globe. This sense of unity will continue to be a defining feature of the franchise as it moves forward, with new generations of fans coming together to share in the excitement of the Pokemon world. In conclusion, the future of Pokemon is filled with limitless potential. The franchise has already left an indelible mark on the world of gaming and pop culture, and its legacy will continue to inspire and captivate for generations to come. With new regions to explore, new Pokemon to discover, and new stories to tell, the world of Pokemon is far from finished. As technology, storytelling, and community continue to evolve, so too will the Pokemon world, offering fans old and new the chance to embark on a never ending adventure, a journey that will always be defined by the deep, unbreakable bond between trainers and their Pokemon. The Pokemon legacy is one that stretches far beyond the boundaries of video games and television shows. Over the years, Pokemon has transformed from a simple concept of capturing and training creatures into a global cultural phenomenon that spans generations, continents, and mediums. It has become a cornerstone of the gaming industry, a beloved franchise in pop culture, and a symbol of friendship, adventure, and perseverance. Pokemon's influence is far reaching, and its legacy is one that continues to inspire, connect, and bring joy to millions of fans around the world. At its heart, Pokemon has always been about more than just collecting creatures and battling. It is about the connections that are formed between trainers and their Pokemon, the bonds of friendship, loyalty, and mutual respect. These connections are at the very core of the Pokemon experience, and they have resonated with fans for more than 2 decades. Whether it's the simple joy of watching Ash and Pikachu's friendship evolve on their journey, or the emotional connection felt by players as they train and bond with their own Pokemon, the core message of Pokemon remains clear. True strength comes not from power, but from the relationships we build. The Pokemon franchise has influenced not just the gaming world, but the larger cultural landscape. Since its inception, Pokemon has sparked a worldwide phenomenon, from the initial release of the Pokemon Red and Blue games in 1996 to the ongoing success of the mobile game Pokemon Go. The iconic Pikachu, with its cheerful face and distinctive yellow fur, has become one of the most recognizable characters in pop culture, appearing in advertisements, merchandise, and even as a mascot for major global events. Pokemon's widespread influence is a testament to its universal appeal and timeless relevance. The success of Pokemon also paved the way for a whole genre of games that focus on collection, exploration, and strategy. From Digimon to Yokai Watch, many other franchises have drawn inspiration from Pokemon's model, embracing the concept of capturing creatures and embarking on epic adventures. However, none have achieved the same level of success or cultural significance as Pokemon. The series' ability to consistently evolve while maintaining its core themes is what has set it apart from other franchises, and it's this adaptability that has allowed Pokemon to endure for so long. The Pokemon Trading Card Game, TCG, has also played a significant role in the franchise's global reach. What began as a simple card game has grown into one of the largest and most competitive trading card games in the world, with tournaments held across the globe. The TCG has created a unique community of collectors and players, all united by their love for Pokemon. The game allows fans to engage with the Pokemon universe in a new way, building their own decks, trading cards, and competing against others to become the ultimate Pokemon card master. The competitive spirit and sense of community that the TCG fosters is another testament to the lasting impact of Pokemon. The Pokemon anime series, which began airing in 1997, further cemented Pokemon's place in global pop culture. Following the journey of Ash Ketchum and his loyal companion Pikachu, the anime has captured the hearts of fans around the world, introducing them to the adventures of new trainers, new Pokemon, and new regions. The anime has also served as an introduction to Pokemon for younger generations, ensuring that the legacy of Pokemon continues to live on. The themes of friendship, perseverance, and personal growth that are central to the anime resonate with fans of all ages, making Pokemon a franchise that transcends generations. The Pokemon movies, too, have contributed to the franchise's widespread influence. From the early films featuring legendary Pokemon like Mewtwo and Lugia to the more recent releases featuring characters like Zygarde and Mimikyu, the Pokemon movies have been a staple of the franchise's expansion. These films have allowed fans to experience new adventures and stories in the Pokemon world, bringing beloved characters to life on the big screen. The Pokemon movies also allow fans to delve deeper into the mythology and lore of the Pokemon universe, expanding the rich world that has been created over the years. As Pokemon continues to evolve, so does its impact on the world of gaming. The Pokemon video games have always pushed the boundaries of what is possible in a role playing game, introducing new mechanics, new Pokemon, and new regions with each release. From the early days of Pokemon Red and Blue to the modern day Pokemon Sword and Shield, the series has continually innovated, introducing new features like Mega Evolution, Dynamaxing, and the Wild Area. The Pokemon games have remained relevant by staying true to the series' roots while constantly introducing fresh, exciting ideas that keep players coming back for more. The launch of Pokemon Go in 2016 was a pivotal moment in the franchise's history. The mobile game, which used augmented reality to allow players to catch Pokemon in the real world, quickly became a global sensation. Pokemon Go introduced millions of new players to the Pokemon universe, and it brought fans together in ways that no other Pokemon game had before. The game's success demonstrated the continued cultural relevance of Pokemon and its ability to adapt to new technology and trends. It also showed that the Pokemon spirit, adventure, connection, and discovery could thrive in a new, innovative format. As Pokemon continues to expand and evolve, the franchise remains committed to its core values. Whether through new games, new media, or new technologies, Pokemon continues to be a source of joy and inspiration for fans around the world. The themes of friendship, personal growth, and the bond between trainers and Pokemon are timeless, and they will continue to resonate for years to come. The Pokemon franchise has grown into a global phenomenon, not just because of its games and characters, but because of the powerful, universal messages it carries. The future of Pokemon is bright, filled with endless possibilities for new adventures, new Pokemon, and new stories. As long as there are trainers out there, the legacy of Pokemon will continue to thrive, bringing people together, inspiring creativity, and fostering friendships that last a lifetime. Whether through the games, the anime, or the TCG, Pokemon will always be a part of the global cultural fabric, a testament to the power of connection, the joy of discovery, and the magic of friendship. The world of Pokemon is much more than a vast universe of creatures and battles. It is a rich and complex philosophy that offers valuable life lessons and perspectives that transcend the confines of the games and TV shows. Throughout the many generations of Pokemon, players have encountered not only new Pokemon and exciting adventures, but also universal truths about life, friendship, perseverance, and the importance of personal growth. Pokemon has always been a franchise that encourages self reflection, respect for others, and understanding the interconnectedness of all things. At the heart of the Pokemon experience is the idea of friendship. The bond between a trainer and their Pokemon is the central theme of the franchise, and it is this connection that forms the foundation for everything that happens within the Pokemon world. The Pokemon trainers who stand out are those who understand that it is not simply the victories in battle that matter, but the relationships they build with their Pokemon. From the moment trainers like Ash Ketchum and Red form their first bond with their Pokemon companions, they begin a journey of growth that extends beyond their immediate surroundings. As the franchise progresses, the bond between trainers and Pokemon becomes more than just a tool for success. It becomes a mutual partnership of trust, respect, and love. The lessons of friendship are particularly evident when we look at the relationships between the Pokemon trainers and their companions. Ash's enduring relationship with Pikachu, for example, is the quintessential symbol of the Pokemon philosophy of friendship. Pikachu isn't just a Pokemon Ash relies on during battles. Pikachu is his partner, confidant, and the source of his unwavering belief in the importance of empathy and compassion. Ash's journey is a constant reminder that the connection with his Pokemon has allowed him to succeed, not just because of Pikachu's abilities, but because of the trust and understanding they share. This friendship is not limited to Ash and Pikachu alone. It extends to all of the trainers and Pokemon who form lasting bonds through shared experiences. Another important lesson from Pokemon is the power of perseverance. The journey to becoming a Pokemon champion is often long, difficult, and filled with setbacks. But it is through these challenges that trainers develop resilience and determination. Trainers like Ash, who face numerous defeats and obstacles on their way to greatness, teach players that success is not measured by how many times one wins, but by how many times one gets back up and keeps trying. The message of perseverance is embedded in every corner of the Pokemon world, from the countless battles trainers face to the evolving nature of their relationships with Pokemon. Every setback is a chance to learn, grow, and come back stronger. Additionally, Pokemon teaches us the importance of adaptability. The Pokemon world is constantly changing. New regions are introduced, new Pokemon are discovered, and new challenges arise with each passing generation. For trainers, the key to success is not just about having a set path or knowing the exact formula for winning. It is about adapting to the situation at hand. Each region brings its own set of unique challenges, whether it is navigating the vast terrain of Hoenn, understanding the myths of Sinnoh, or confronting the moral dilemmas posed by Team Rocket in Kanto. Trainers learn that the ability to adapt to their environment, think on their feet, and approach problems with flexibility is what allows them to thrive. Whether it is using new strategies in battle or adjusting to different environments and cultures, Pokemon teaches that life is full of unexpected twists, and flexibility is the key to overcoming them. The importance of teamwork is another major theme in the Pokemon franchise. Throughout their journey, trainers are taught that success does not come from relying solely on their own abilities. It comes from collaborating with others, whether they are fellow trainers or their own Pokemon. In the Pokemon world, teamwork is essential to overcoming tough obstacles and achieving goals. Many of the most memorable moments in the series come when trainers and their Pokemon work together in ways that showcase the power of cooperation. Whether it is battling alongside friends or helping Pokemon evolve by supporting them emotionally, teamwork demonstrates the power of unity and shared purpose. Trainers like Misty, Brock, and many others teach us that when individuals come together, they can accomplish great things. The world of Pokemon also touches on the theme of respect for nature and the environment. As trainers embark on their journeys, they encounter not only Pokemon, but also the beautiful natural landscapes that shape the world around them. From the towering mountains of Sinnoh to the lush jungles of Alola, the Pokemon world is a place where nature plays an integral role in shaping the lives of its inhabitants. The bond between Pokemon and their environments is a reflection of the interconnectedness of all living things. Many of the legendary Pokemon, such as the legendary birds in Kanto or the creation trio in Sinnoh, are tied to the elements of nature: air, water, and earth. These Pokemon represent the balance that exists in the world, reminding trainers of the importance of protecting and respecting the natural world. The theme of balance is also crucial in Pokemon. Many legendary Pokemon, like Mewtwo, Lugia, and Giratina, serve as symbols of the delicate balance between opposing forces: life and death, creation and destruction, order and chaos. These Pokemon are not just representations of power, they are embodiments of the natural balance that exists in the world. As trainers face these powerful beings, they are reminded that no force in the Pokemon world exists in isolation. Everything is interconnected, and the health of one part of the world depends on the well-being of another. This concept of balance extends beyond Pokemon and nature. It is also reflected in the relationships between trainers and their Pokemon, the harmony between different regions, and the values that drive the Pokemon universe. Another philosophical lesson from Pokemon is the importance of understanding and respecting differences. As trainers travel through various regions, they meet different Pokemon, each with its own set of strengths, weaknesses, and characteristics. Trainers are encouraged to embrace diversity and learn from the differences that make each Pokemon unique. The different types of Pokemon, water, fire, electric, grass, teach trainers that diversity is not something to be feared, but something to be celebrated. It is through understanding these differences, respecting each Pokemon's abilities, and working together that trainers become truly successful. This lesson also extends to the relationships between trainers and other people. Throughout the Pokemon series, trainers from various walks of life come together, united by their shared love of Pokemon. These relationships are built on mutual respect, and they teach us that unity in diversity is what makes the Pokemon world truly special. Ultimately, Pokemon has always been about more than just battling. It is about forming connections, learning from others, and growing as individuals. The lessons that Pokemon teaches about friendship, perseverance, adaptability, teamwork, respect, and balance are lessons that extend far beyond the confines of the Pokemon universe. They are lessons that resonate with players of all ages and from all walks of life. Pokemon has created a world where these ideals are not just explored, but lived. And through these lessons, Pokemon continues to inspire and shape the hearts and minds of those who embark on its journey, ensuring that its legacy lives on for generations to come. One of the most enduring aspects of the Pokemon franchise is its ability to spark the imagination of its fans. From the moment players are introduced to the world of Pokemon, they are immersed in a universe of endless possibilities, where fantastical creatures roam, battles are waged, and trainers embark on their personal journeys of growth and discovery. The Pokemon world is a play where imagination runs wild, where anything can happen, and where the boundaries between reality and fantasy blur. At its core, Pokemon is a celebration of creativity. The creatures themselves, each designed with a unique combination of types, abilities, and personalities, provide endless opportunities for imagination. The designs of Pokemon, from the majestic and powerful to the cute and quirky, are a testament to the creativity and vision of the artists and developers behind the series. Each Pokemon is not just a creature to be caught and battled, but a character with its own story, a part of a larger world that players are invited to explore. The diversity of Pokemon is another key aspect that encourages imaginative thinking. With over 800 different species of Pokemon spanning multiple generations, each region introduces new creatures with their own distinct characteristics and lore. Whether it's the ice-breathing Articuno, the playful Eevee, or the cosmic Mewtwo, Pokemon taps into a rich vein of creativity that allows fans to envision new possibilities for each Pokemon they encounter. The vast array of Pokemon also allows players to build their own teams, each with its own strategy and personality, encouraging them to think critically and creatively about how to approach every battle. Beyond the Pokemon themselves, the world they inhabit is equally imaginative. From the lush forests of the Kanto region to the snowy peaks of Sinnoh, from the vibrant cities of Unova to the tropical islands of Alola, each region in the Pokemon world is a place of wonder and discovery. The environments are rich in detail, with unique landscapes, diverse ecosystems, and a variety of challenges for players to explore. These settings invite players to let their imaginations roam free, envisioning themselves as Pokemon trainers, embarking on their own adventures. The Pokemon games, with their open-ended exploration and the freedom to choose one's path, foster a sense of imagination and creativity. Players are not confined to a single narrative or linear path. Instead, they are encouraged to forge their own journey, discover new Pokemon, and make choices that shape their experience. This freedom is one of the reasons why Pokemon has remained so popular over the years. Players are given the tools to create their own story within the larger world, allowing them to engage with the game on a deeply personal level. The sense of agency that players have in the Pokemon world empowers them to be creative, to take risks, and to explore new possibilities. One of the most iconic aspects of the Pokemon franchise is the idea of discovery. Whether it's finding a rare Pokemon hidden in the wild or uncovering the secrets of a region's ancient mythology, Pokemon encourages players to use their imagination to uncover the unknown. This sense of discovery extends beyond the gameplay itself, as players are often left to piece together the lore of the Pokemon world, uncovering the mysteries of legendary Pokemon, ancient civilizations, and the forces that shape the world. The sense of wonder that comes with each new discovery fuels the imagination, encouraging players to continue exploring, learning, and growing. In addition to the games, the Pokemon anime and movies have further expanded the imaginative world of Pokemon. Through these mediums, fans are introduced to new characters, new regions, and new stories that build on the rich lore of the games. The anime, in particular, has allowed fans to experience the world of Pokemon in a more personal way, following Ash Ketchum and his friends as they travel the world, meet new Pokemon, and compete in battles. The Pokemon anime also provides a platform for showcasing the bond between trainers and their Pokemon, highlighting the emotional depth of the relationship and the power of imagination in creating these deep connections. The Pokemon trading card game, TCG, also taps into the power of imagination. While the mechanics of the game are rooted in strategy and competition, the TCG encourages players to create their own decks, strategize their moves, and engage with other players in a dynamic, ever changing environment. Each card is a piece of a larger puzzle, and the game allows players to build their own unique strategies based on their favorite Pokemon and their creative vision. Whether it's a deck centered around powerful legendary Pokemon or a team built around a specific type, the TCG encourages players to think outside the box and use their imagination to create winning strategies. Pokemon also fosters creativity through fan generated content. The Pokemon community is one of the most dedicated and creative fan bases in the world, with fans constantly creating new art, stories, games, and even Pokemon designs. Fan art and fan fiction have become an integral part of the Pokemon experience, allowing fans to express their own creative visions for the Pokemon world. Whether it's imagining new evolutions for existing Pokemon, creating new regions and characters, or crafting original stories, the Pokemon fan base has embraced the power of imagination, taking the world created by the franchise and expanding it in exciting and unexpected ways. The imaginative nature of Pokemon also extends to the real world impact of the franchise. Through the global success of Pokemon Go, Pokemon has encouraged players to engage with the world around them in new and imaginative ways. By using augmented reality, Pokemon Go has brought the Pokemon universe into the real world, allowing players to catch Pokemon in their own neighborhoods, parks, and streets. The game has sparked a new sense of wonder as players can see Pokemon in everyday places, creating an imaginative experience that bridges the gap between fantasy and reality. As Pokemon continues to evolve, it will undoubtedly continue to fuel the imaginations of new generations of fans. The franchise's ability to spark creativity, encourage exploration, and inspire new ideas is one of the reasons why it remains so relevant and beloved. Whether through the games, the anime, the TCG, or other mediums, Pokemon continues to offer a world of endless possibilities where anything can happen and every adventure is a new opportunity for discovery. In the end, Pokemon is a celebration of imagination, the ability to dream, create, and explore a world that is uniquely our own. It is a franchise that encourages us to look beyond the surface and discover the magic that lies beneath. Through its vast universe, Pokemon teaches us that the power of imagination is limitless and that with creativity and determination, we can accomplish anything. It is a legacy that will continue to inspire, challenge, and captivate for generations to come. At the heart of the Pokemon universe lies a philosophy that transcends the bounds of the games, the anime, and all the media that has sprouted from this rich franchise. It is a philosophy that speaks to the soul of every player, every trainer, and every fan who has ever experienced the journey through the Pokemon world. From the very first moment a trainer chooses their starter Pokemon, they are not merely embarking on a quest for badges or trophies, they are stepping into a world where the central message is clear. The most important aspect of any journey is the bonds we build. The bond between a Pokemon and its trainer is not just a symbolic relationship, it is the very foundation upon which everything in the Pokemon world is built. Pokemon are not just creatures to be caught and trained, they are companions, friends, and partners. The relationship between trainers and their Pokemon is what drives the adventure, fuels personal growth, and ultimately defines the true essence of the Pokemon experience. In many ways, this bond reflects the nature of relationships in the real world. As we journey through life, we form connections with others, friends, family, colleagues, and even strangers. These relationships shape who we are, help us grow, and often provide us with the strength to overcome the challenges life throws our way. The bond between a trainer and their Pokemon is no different. It is built on mutual trust, respect, and understanding. It grows through shared experiences, challenges, and victories. Whether it's the early days spent in quiet towns or the climactic battles against powerful rivals, the connection between trainers and Pokemon deepens, transforming into something truly special. The world of Pokemon teaches us that these bonds are not just about success in battle, they are about emotional growth, personal discovery, and the realization that true strength comes from the relationships we build. Trainers like Ash Ketchum, who has traveled from region to region alongside his loyal companion Pikachu, exemplify this philosophy. Ash's journey has not been about collecting the most powerful Pokemon or defeating the greatest foes. It has been about his growth as a person, his understanding of what it means to be a true Pokemon trainer, and his unwavering belief in the power of friendship. Ash's relationship with Pikachu is the epitome of the Pokemon bond. From the very first time they met, Pikachu wasn't just a tool for battle, it was a partner, a friend. They have faced countless challenges together, celebrated victories, and endured defeats. Their connection goes beyond the surface level bond of trainer and Pokemon. It is a true friendship built on trust and understanding. This bond has become the heart of the Pokemon franchise, resonating with fans who recognize the importance of these relationships in their own lives. But the bond between Pokemon and trainer is not just a one-way street. Pokemon, too, learn and grow from their experiences with their trainers. Whether it's a Pokemon like Pikachu, who has learned to trust and fight alongside Ash, or a Pokemon like Rowlet, who has learned to embrace its potential, the journey of growth is mutual. Pokemon evolve, not just in terms of strength, but emotionally and mentally, as they experience the world through their trainer's eyes. The bond between trainer and Pokemon is a partnership where both learn, grow, and develop together. This partnership is what makes Pokemon different from other games and media. It is not about the pursuit of power or the conquest of foes. It is about the relationships that are built along the way. Pokemon, in a sense, serves as a metaphor for life itself, showing that the greatest rewards are not the material achievements or victories, but the connections we make and the relationships we cultivate. The bonds formed between trainers and Pokemon serve as a reminder that success is not solely defined by winning battles, but by the love, loyalty, and respect that are exchanged between partners. As trainers journey through the various regions, the importance of these bonds becomes even more apparent. In the Kanto region, for instance, trainers like Red and Blue learned that their success wasn't merely based on strength, but on their evolving relationships with their Pokemon. In the Sinnoh region, trainers like Cynthia exemplified the grace and wisdom that come from understanding and forming meaningful bonds with their Pokemon. Across the diverse worlds of Hoenn, Unova, Galar, and beyond, trainers discover that their Pokemon are not just assets to be used, they are integral parts of their journey, and their relationships with these Pokemon are central to their personal growth. The same themes of connection and partnership are mirrored in the wider Pokemon universe. The interactions between characters, whether they are other trainers, friends, or rivals, reflect the ongoing importance of relationships. Pokemon teaches us that everyone we meet on our journey has something valuable to offer, and that by building strong, healthy relationships, we can overcome even the greatest challenges. The lessons learned through the relationships between trainers and their Pokemon extend to the way we interact with others in our own lives, reminding us that true success comes not from individual achievement, but from the connections we make along the way. The Pokemon franchise also highlights the idea that the journey is just as important as the destination. While the goal of becoming a Pokemon champion is often the ultimate ambition, it is not the only measure of success. The real victory lies in the experiences gained, the friendships formed, and the personal growth that takes place along the way. Each battle, each challenge, and each new Pokemon encountered is part of a larger story, one that is about self-discovery, learning, and creating lasting bonds. This overarching theme is what gives Pokemon its lasting appeal, allowing it to continue captivating fans for decades. At the end of the day, Pokemon is a celebration of life's most important lessons. It teaches us about the power of friendship, the importance of perseverance, and the value of connection. The relationships between trainers and Pokemon are a reflection of the connections we form in our own lives, whether with friends, family, or even with the world around us. Through Pokemon, we are reminded that the most important things in life are not the victories we achieve, but the people and creatures we share our journey with and the bonds we create along the way. In this sense, Pokemon offers something far deeper than a game or a series of TV episodes. It offers a philosophy, a way of thinking that encourages empathy, understanding, and growth. It reminds us that just like in the Pokemon world, the most important part of life is not the destination we reach, but the journey we take with those we care about. The true power of Pokemon lies not in the creatures we catch, but in the relationships we build and in the lessons we learn about ourselves and the world around us. The Pokemon universe is not just a world confined to the games or television shows. It is a living, breathing ecosystem that stretches far beyond the boundaries of its original medium. It is a world built on exploration, mystery, and endless discovery, where every trainer, Pokemon, and corner of the world holds the potential for new adventures. This boundless world is a source of endless fascination, and it continually invites fans to embark on fresh journeys, uncover new mysteries, and learn more about the incredible creatures that inhabit the Pokemon universe. What makes the Pokemon world so remarkable is its ability to constantly evolve and expand. From the early days of Pokemon Red and Blue to the most recent releases, like Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, the franchise has introduced new regions, new Pokemon species, and new mechanics that keep the world of Pokemon exciting and relevant. Each new generation brings with it a fresh batch of ideas and innovations, ensuring that the Pokemon experience never grows stale. Yet, despite the evolution of the series, the heart of Pokemon has remained unchanged. The thrill of discovery and the bond between Pokemon and trainer. The very act of discovery is a fundamental part of what makes the Pokemon world so captivating. From the moment a player starts their journey, they are thrust into a world full of unknowns, hidden areas to explore, wild Pokemon to encounter, and ancient legends to uncover. Every region in the Pokemon world is like a new chapter in a never ending story with its own unique landscape, history, and creatures to discover. Whether it's venturing into the dense forests of Johto or diving into the depths of the ocean in Hoenn, the sense of wonder and exploration is ever present in every Pokemon game and experience. One of the core elements that drives the exploration in the Pokemon world is the thrill of capturing new Pokemon. Each new species discovered offers a fresh opportunity for players to bond with new companions, strategize their teams, and explore different aspects of the world around them. The act of catching Pokemon is not just about filling a Pokedex. It is about forming a connection with each Pokemon, understanding their traits and abilities, and finding ways to bring out the best in them. This sense of discovery is integral to the Pokemon experience, as it teaches players to be observant, strategic, and patient. It encourages them to explore every corner of the world and seek out the Pokemon that will best suit their personal journey. However, the discovery in the Pokemon universe doesn't end with catching Pokemon. The world of Pokemon is full of hidden stories, ancient legends, and powerful forces that can only be unlocked through exploration and understanding. The legendary Pokemon, such as Mewtwo, Dialga, and Zygarde, are not just powerful beings. They are integral pieces of the world's mythology, each with their own unique story to tell. The legendary Pokemon often serve as catalysts for the overarching narratives of the games, and discovering their origins, motivations, and connections to the world is a central aspect of the Pokemon experience. Each region introduces new legendary Pokemon that expand the mythology of the Pokemon world, offering players the opportunity to uncover new truths about the universe they inhabit. The Pokemon universe is also defined by the diversity of its regions. Each new region introduces a unique set of environments, cultures, and Pokemon species. From the snowy mountains of Sinnoh to the sun soaked beaches of Alola, every region offers new experiences and challenges for trainers to overcome. The cultural influences of each region are reflected in the design of the cities, the people, and the Pokemon themselves. The diversity of the Pokemon world allows for endless variety and keeps the experience fresh and exciting, even after decades of gameplay. The interconnectedness of the Pokemon world is another key aspect that adds depth to its exploration. Every region is tied together by a larger narrative, a story that stretches across generations and connects the past with the present. From the very first games in Kanto to the latest adventures in Galar, the Pokemon world has always been part of a larger, cohesive universe. The bonds between regions, characters, and events are carefully woven into the overarching story, creating a sense of continuity that gives players a deeper understanding of the world. This interconnectedness is reflected in the relationships between Pokemon trainers and the way the world evolves over time, with new generations building upon the legacies of those that came before them. As players journey through the Pokemon world, they are also given the chance to shape their own story. The open-ended nature of the games, where players can choose their path, their Pokemon, and their approach to challenges, allows for a deeply personal experience. Each trainer's journey is unique, shaped by the decisions they make and the Pokemon they choose to take along the way. The ability to explore, create strategies, and forge connections with Pokemon gives players a sense of ownership over their adventure. This personalization is one of the reasons why Pokemon continues to resonate with players of all ages. It is a world where anyone can carve out their own story and live out their own dreams. The constant evolution of Pokemon also reflects the changing world we live in. As technology advances, so does the Pokemon experience. The introduction of Pokemon Go, with its use of augmented reality, was a game changer for the franchise, blending the digital world with the real world and encouraging players to go outside and explore their surroundings. The integration of multiplayer features, such as trading and battling with friends, has further deepened the sense of community within the Pokemon universe. The continuous development of the franchise's digital platforms and online play has created a global network of Pokemon fans, allowing them to connect with one another and share their experiences. While Pokemon has always been about discovering new creatures and exploring new regions, it is also about the ongoing growth of its players. Through every battle, every challenge, and every interaction with their Pokemon, players learn valuable life lessons. Pokemon teaches patience, resilience, empathy, and teamwork, skills that extend far beyond the game. Trainers learn the importance of building strong relationships, facing obstacles head on, and adapting to ever-changing circumstances. The Pokemon world is not just a place for digital adventures. It is a space that fosters real-world growth and development. The future of the Pokemon world is as boundless as the possibilities it offers. As the franchise continues to grow, players will continue to embark on new journeys, discover new Pokemon, and experience the magic of the world that has captivated millions for decades. New regions, new Pokemon, and new challenges will keep the world fresh and exciting, ensuring that the legacy of Pokemon will continue to thrive for generations to come. Pokemon is more than just a game, an anime, or a trading card game. It is a cultural phenomenon that has captivated audiences worldwide for over 2 decades. From its humble beginnings in 1996, Pokemon has grown into one of the most influential and beloved franchises in history. Its impact goes far beyond the realms of entertainment, reaching into areas such as education, social interaction, and even global tourism. As the Pokemon universe continues to expand and evolve, its cultural influence remains as strong as ever, affecting both its fans and the wider world in profound ways. One of the key elements that sets Pokemon apart from other franchises is its ability to create a deep and personal connection with its audience. Pokemon is a world that fans can immerse themselves in, a world that feels both familiar and magical. For many people, their first encounter with Pokemon was a formative experience, whether through the video games, the anime, or the trading cards. The Pokemon universe has a unique ability to speak to a wide range of audiences, from young children experiencing their first adventure to adults who have grown up with the franchise and now pass on their love of Pokemon to a new generation. The universality of Pokemon's themes, friendship, teamwork, exploration, and personal growth, resonates with fans of all ages and backgrounds. At its core, Pokemon is a franchise about relationships between trainers and their Pokemon, between fans and the world they inhabit, and between the Pokemon universe and the real world. It encourages players to form bonds, not just with their Pokemon, but also with others. This sense of connection is what has made Pokemon such a powerful force in popular culture. The franchise has created an ever expanding global community of fans who share their love for Pokemon through social media, fan art, fan fiction, and conventions. Whether it's through battling in the Pokemon games, trading cards, or attending Pokemon events, fans have found ways to connect with each other and celebrate their shared passion for the franchise. The social aspect of Pokemon is one of its most important features. From the very beginning, Pokemon has been about more than just playing a game or watching a show. It has been about building relationships. In the early games, players were able to connect with friends through the link cable to trade and battle Pokemon. This simple mechanic laid the foundation for the social aspect of Pokemon, encouraging players to collaborate and interact with one another. As the franchise grew, so too did the opportunities for social interaction. Pokemon Go, for instance, revolutionized the way fans interact with each other by using augmented reality to bring Pokemon into the real world. Players could meet up with friends to catch Pokemon together, participate in raids, and battle against one another in real time. Pokemon Go created a global community of players who shared the experience of catching and battling Pokemon in the real world, further cementing Pokemon's place in social culture. Pokemon's cultural impact is also evident in the numerous spin off games, television shows, movies, and merchandise that have become part of everyday life. The Pokemon anime, which began airing in 1997, is one of the most successful animated series of all time, with millions of viewers around the world. The adventures of Ash Ketchum and his trusty Pikachu have been an integral part of the Pokemon experience, captivating audiences with their heartfelt stories of friendship, growth, and perseverance. Over the years, the anime has introduced new characters, new regions, and new Pokemon, continuing to evolve while staying true to the core themes of the franchise. In addition to the anime, the Pokemon movies have been a major part of the franchise's cultural impact. These films, which began with Pokémon, the first movie in 1998, have grossed billions of dollars worldwide and have introduced millions of new fans to the world of Pokémon. The movies often feature iconic legendary Pokémon such as Mewtwo, Ho-Oh, and Reshiram, and explore the deeper themes of the Pokémon universe. The films not only provide an entertaining experience for viewers, but also expand the lore and mythology of the Pokemon world, giving fans a deeper understanding of the forces that shape the universe. The Pokemon trading card game, TCG, has also played a significant role in the franchise's cultural impact. What began as a simple card game has grown into one of the most popular and competitive trading card games in the world. The TCG has created a vibrant community of collectors, players, and enthusiasts who trade cards, build decks, and compete in tournaments. The Pokemon TCG has helped to strengthen the franchise's global reach, and its success has inspired countless other trading card games to follow in its footsteps. The Pokemon TCG is not just a game, it is a part of the cultural fabric of the Pokemon universe, with its own set of rules, strategies, and stories that continue to captivate players and collectors alike. Beyond the games, anime, and card game, Pokemon has influenced numerous aspects of global pop culture. The franchise has inspired countless fan works, from fan art and fan fiction to cosplay and video games. Pokemon conventions and events, such as Pokemon World Championships and Pokemon Go Fest, draw thousands of fans from all over the world, creating a sense of community and celebration. The global reach of Pokemon has made it a universal symbol of adventure, creativity, and connection, and it has created a space where people of all ages and backgrounds can come together to share their love for the franchise. Pokemon's cultural impact extends beyond entertainment into other fields, such as education. Many schools and educators have incorporated Pokemon into their curriculums, using the franchise's themes of teamwork, strategy, and perseverance to teach valuable life skills. The Pokemon Go game, in particular, has been used in some educational programs to encourage outdoor activity and social interaction, highlighting the benefits of learning through play. Pokemon has also been the subject of academic studies in fields such as sociology, psychology, and cultural studies, as researchers explore the impact of the franchise on social behavior, identity, and media consumption. The success of Pokemon has also led to its integration into the world of merchandise. From toys and clothing to books and accessories, Pokemon has become a brand that extends beyond the screen. Pokemon merchandise is a billion-dollar industry, and its products are available in nearly every corner of the globe. The franchise's iconic characters, such as Pikachu, Eevee, and Charizard, have become global symbols, recognized by fans and non-fans alike. Pokemon's reach goes far beyond the gaming and entertainment industries, becoming an integral part of everyday life for many people. Through its global reach, Pokemon has fostered a sense of unity among its fans. It has brought together people from different cultures, languages, and backgrounds, all united by a shared love of the Pokemon world. This sense of community is a powerful aspect of Pokemon's cultural impact. It is a franchise that transcends borders and connects people from all walks of life. As Pokemon continues to evolve, it will undoubtedly continue to be a driving force in global culture, creating new opportunities for connection, creativity, and growth. Thank you for joining me on this journey through the rich and ever expanding world of Pokemon. From the very first step as a trainer in the Kanto region to the deep connections formed with each Pokemon along the way, the legacy of Pokemon has been one of growth, discovery, and most importantly, the bonds that tie us together. Whether through the exploration of new regions, the forging of friendships, or the challenges faced along the path, Pokemon teaches us the values of perseverance, teamwork, and respect. As the world of Pokemon continues to evolve, it remains a place where imagination knows no bounds, where connections are built, and where every trainer can discover something new, both within themselves and in the world around them. Pokemon is not just a game, a show, or a card game. It is a timeless journey that has captured hearts across generations. May your own journey be filled with excitement, discovery, and the lasting connections you forge along the way. Until next time, remember that the true power lies not in victories, but in the bonds we build with those we meet. Rest well and let the adventure continue in your dreams. Good night.